you gotta
everybody who live
keeps it on their toes and stuff like that. So,
what's going on, everybody? Bell Kings Fantasy Football League Season 2, Week 18 of the league. It's your man Tony D, aka the Random Multi-Broadcaster. Followed up my man Fireman Rich from the Morning Coffee on Twitch, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 05:30, sometimes 0600 a.m. in the mornings. Rich, how are you doing?
I am doing good, Tony. We're starting the day here in upstate New York with some snowfall overnight, but we're having a really good start to the day, and I'm glad to be up here on Belt Kings Fantasy Football with you all. As always, I gratefully appreciate the invite and all that, and I'm ready to talk about some football.
Absolutely. If you don't mind, give us a little recap on your thoughts from the previous week, sir.
Okay, last week 17. Oh God, I'm still thinking about the the disappointment game last night we're just talking about. Let me bring up my notes here real quick.
Go for it.
The Bills won. They beat Miami. Right. Or no, they didn't beat. No. I got the wrong. Back up. Week 17, not 18. No, the Bills won last week in a pretty good game there. That I was a little surprised that they played a good game. Where the hell are they? Oh, there they are. Here they are. A little surprised with some games last week. You did fairly well. I got the I don't know if I have the chart. I think I have the charts from last. Yeah, week 17.
Get the chart.
Yeah, I do have the charts and stuff like that. And let me see if I bring those up real quick here. Get those right out of the gate here. Let's see. That's right there. Week 17. Let's see. Hang on just a quick second. And I'm going to bring this up, that up, and that up. And I'll just bring it up on my picture here off to the side.
Take your time, man.
Out moving the white snow there as far as this morning. So I didn't think. Is that showing up at all?
I haven't seen it till I can share it yet. Take your time.
Okay. Bro. All right. Let me do this a different way then. Let's see.
There we go. Oh, look at who's awake. I'll just be damned. Ladies and gentlemen, the original co-host is in the house. Brian is here. Brian,
hey, Brian.
Look at him. The hungover.
Uh-oh.
The hangover hobbit himself.
Yeah. Got the coffee in hand right now. Good morning, gentlemen. How's everybody doing?
Up, bro? How you doing?
Good morning, Brian. We're doing good. I'm just trying to bring up the charts here. And seeing that you're here, we can get your
Brian, give me a picture for the love of God.
Yeah. Okay. Just be honest. Last night, no problem. It doesn't matter. I had two disappointing games last night there. That
I picked Baltimore.
Well, did you know that Baltimore was going to sit Lamar though? Is the whole game? I thought he'd play a little bit.
And then when he keep him rested, I mean, they already earned their spot. So
that's true.
But I mean, it was just the defense, and I'm like, well, the Ravens defense, and then plus you had like Mason Rudolph for starting. So I was like, yeah.
The champ is here, ladies and gentlemen. The champ is here. Golf Hawk, the league.
Golf Hawk,
hey,
two-time Belt King winner.
Again. Golf Hawk has won the league 2 times in a row. Defender champ, the original champ, all that good stuff. Congratulations. No doubt. You're low down.
Wouldn't that have happened if 3 of my guys weren't injured that day?
Sorry, information using, calling me out against me, talking about me, all of that stuff, but you won. Congratulations. Definitive record, hands down, no questions asked. What's up, man?
Week 15, 16. There's
okay. From champion to champion in the other NFL league, I won my championship.
God.
From champion to champion, congratulations.
Get all this champions. It sounds like a pile of I got to put the waiters on.
We got Rehab in the house.
What's that, Rehab?
Rehab, Captain Rehab. Okay, I think I'm almost done here, Tony. Let me bring this up to present.
Good. Brian was at the game. Was you at the game or you were just watching it?
I was watching it.
Yeah.
It was in Indianapolis.
That's right. Because one of the guys on the other app, he went up there. He was at the game. I ain't gonna lie. When old boy dropped that ball, I felt bad for him. What's his name? Goodson?
Yeah, Goodson.
He was right there. Easy catch to drop. Easy position to drop it at. You practice well enough to where you don't do it, but it still damn happens. I felt bad for him. That happens in football. I don't even blame him. I really don't.
It happened. I
That
mean,
happened. That was a common catch. It was just the timing of it. Common.
yeah.
Bad
I mean,
ugh.
yeah, a lot of letdowns where like passes should have been caught. Passes should have been caught. I was just shocked. 'Cause, like Fair throughout the whole year, he's been really on point, 100%, and then he just wide left on that one. I'm like, what?
It happens. It happens. It happens. What we got here? Rich had the numbers up. Week 17.
Okay, here's the numbers from last week 17. You see Michael, he rose to the top there, and Tony, you and CBS were tied, but you can see right there when I bring the next chart, you'll see CBS swapped spots. You were tied with them, but I put you up ahead of CBS, but CBS got 2 games on you from last week,
Right.
and I'm slowly going down there. Me and Ted are bringing it up. But everybody, if you look, even you, Brian, you look from Brian and Tim all the way up. Very good scores this week on everybody. Above 500 picks, which is a good week as far as that goes. Overall, as you can see, CBS is they took the lead. They got the lead on you by 2 points.
Damn it.
Or 2 wins.
That was me cleaning up my laptop. Sorry.
And I think you picked up one of those because I think in the games that have already been played, if I can bring that graphic up for week 17, or no, it'll be week 18. I'm sorry, week 18. The overall, let's see, CBS lost, or no, you and CBS had Baltimore. Okay, it's still the same, and you and CBS had Houston, so you're still tied going into the Sunday games today.
Right.
And Brian, you had who'd you have as far as the 2 games last night? You had Baltimore.
I had Baltimore and Houston.
Okay, so good win for Houston, though. As far as we'll get the other ones here in a little bit.
DJ Stroud was about to cry yesterday. I'm happy for him.
Oh, yeah, on the sideline interview, he did.
Oh, did
like,
he? Yeah, he has every right to. It's a big day for him as far as his first year in the league and stuff.
Season for him, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's
him, Will Anderson Jr. I mean, he's a rookie as well. I mean, like last night, like Nico Collins made a name for himself last night.
Right.
I
mean, like the opening drive, first play, first pass, 75 yards, touchdown, and then like a lot of clutch passes. I mean, because I was like, oh my god, I was like Collins in the clutch.
he was showing out last night. He really was.
Yeah, he broke over 1,000 yards for the season, and I mean he's in good company. I mean, like he was there with Andre Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, in the season, so he finally, because they said like in his career he never hit 1,000.
Right.
And now C.J. Stroud made another history record. He's the 5th rookie to make over 4,000 yards.
Oh wow!
In his rookie season.
Wow, that's something. That is something. Yeah. What's your take on T.J. Watt getting taken out last night?
He what was it, like his team stumbled over a teammate's foot?
Yeah, it has something to do with his ankle to the one left leg, I guess, and stuff. But it did look that bad, but it's significant enough to where he's going to be out. I think, for the rest of the season.
He's out for a minute. Yeah,
he's going to try.
Yeah, so
I dare say he'll be lucky to come. He'll be lucky to start at the beginning of next season with that injury. I believe it is.
Is it that serious of an injury? He was able to walk and stuff with some assistance, but. Just the way they were talking about right out of the gate, and I said, man, he just stumbled and stuff. But the camera angle, the seriousness.
Yeah. Strain MCL. Yep, and it was friendly fire. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. It was a mishap. It happens.
Yeah, because it showed like their legs, their legs kind of crossed, and it's like knee buckled.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Yeah, it was between the knee and the ankle there in that range there.
Right on the shin. Yeah, and like clipped him right on the shin, and it kind of just. Yeah,
when they do the slow mo, it doesn't look like it's that bad because but you figure it doesn't look that bad, but significant as fit as TJ Watt is, it's got to be a really big bang hit, like a car accident type hit.
Let me see if I can pull
I
up.
mean, like one of the running backs, like in college, like he had like tree trunk thighs, and he was running the ball, and he took the hit,
Right.
but where the defender got him like his shoulder, like a little bit of the shoulder got him in the hip, but majority of the body was on the thigh, and it just didn't look like much. You figure, oh, he's got thick thighs,
Exactly. Yeah.
but apparently, like
Pause.
he hit him pretty hard to where, like he said, like the part of his quad tore.
Okay.
And it don't look like much, but everyone's like, that hit.
Yeah. It's like that one, being an elderly individual here, you go reach for that toothbrush in the bathroom, you just bend over just ever so slightly, and your bank is just whacked out for the rest of the week.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could easily, slip on anybody. You could easily slip a
Yeah.
disc just by bending over and picking up the newspaper. Um, I mean, there's like a clip that I was going around where it was like saying when little dudes thinks they could bark, and they showed one where Chad Johnson, when this Baltimore, they're like right on the goal line, and Chad Johnson thought he could like blindside block Ray Lewis.
Right.
And
It's like,
the clip is
you're
hilarious.
just saying that I can picture it. That's not going to happen. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, like I could find it. I'll find it, but it was just like where he runs up, and Ray Lewis wasn't even paying attention. Like he just hits him, and then Chad just goes down. He's either like, I thought I could get him, but I was wrong. I
no,
failed.
that's back when Ray Lewis was in his prime there. Well, even still, there's a guy I wouldn't want to tangle with. I've seen him recently. He's a big dude. He's huge.
He's huge. He is huge. Let's see what we got here.
And that's the thing. I know it's so many years later, but you look at someone like Strahan, which he's a pretty good entertainment entity all over the place. He doesn't look, and him and Howie, when they stand together, they were monsters. They don't look that they're big guys, but compared to Ray Lewis just looks like he could still play.
Right.
There it is. Okay.
Golf Hawk, I actually agree with you on Gardner Minshew. He is an expensive QB2 in the league.
I mean, yeah, hats off to him for taking over. I mean, and also too, like Jonathan Taylor, man.
Brian on these damn clips.
It's a short.
Jesus Christ. I wish you watched the news as much as you watch these fucking clips.
The news shares misinformation.
So
we can only put it out there and stuff, inform the masses and stuff like that. Just like
I'm trying to find something.
Tony D was as close to the Jets to making the playoffs.
That's
wow.
All right. That's all right. That's all right. I'm a realist.
Yeah,
but like I said, I'm gonna tell Golf Hawk again. Hang on, I'm gonna tell Golf Hawk again. Just because y'all just became relevant, don't get cocky. Y'all just became relevant. Go ahead, y'all. I'm sorry.
No, but like Gardner Minshew, I mean, like hats off to him. Like it shout out to like the Colts offensive line, because if you look at it from like when the Titans played Houston, Derrick Henry only got 9 yards.
Right.
Last night, Jonathan Taylor broke close to 200.
He had 175 on the touchdown. I remember when you put that up there. I looked, he had like 22 fantasy points. He had 175 yards, so he was close. Yeah,
I mean, like he was busting through. I mean, I'm just sitting there like, damn, it's either that I was like, man, the Tennessee line sucks, because like because the Texans were good, they were hard on the run.
And here's what's crazy. I'm gonna get on Glick's butt. So shout out to Glick for talking about my running back and then putting him on your team, and you sitting here running just as good as I am because he got Najee Harris.
You said that last week, right?
Yeah, I got on. You so stuck on Najee Harris, then why you draft him?
Well, Glick is being a little cocky there because his Michigan team is in the championship.
Shout out to Michigan. They beat Alabama. I knew it was possible.
Yeah.
And Glick, if you are watching, I'm not going to lie, we'll be pulling for Michigan over Washington.
Yeah, I think I would push it for Michigan. I think
This will be a bit of an
Man.
East Coast, West Coast bias, not necessarily East Coast, but
yeah.
I don't know much about Washington. And I've always said Michigan has been over
Because I like this.
Washington.
I like the story with the coach there. That the last time I guess when he played as a quarterback, I didn't realize that he was a quarterback for Michigan, and he got injured when they went to a championship, I guess a bowl game back then, and he couldn't play because he was injured. So this is even more significance for him, even though they've been there a couple times here in the last several years, I believe. So
yeah, but Michigan hasn't really gotten their respect for the way they play football.
Yeah.
And I've always acknowledged that. So I'm glad they're there. I don't know much about what's going on in Washington.
And
Good record.
Well,
Yep.
Washington's in the Big 12. I mean, since the University of Houston is now in the Big 12, so
right.
I got to see them in action. I mean, they are a good team. I was really hoping the University of Texas would have won.
Right.
So then that would have been like Michigan versus Texas, and I
Yeah.
would have talked some mad crazy
That's all you
noise.
all you would have been doing would be talking. That would have been all you would have been doing.
But Brian and Tony,
yes,
wasn't it weird watching both games on ESPN? And the thing is, when at halftime, they spent almost half the time during the halftime analysis talking about the upcoming championship. I just found that was sort of, we're here for NFL, and it's just like that's how significant that game is now.
Yeah, it is, and it's going to be. I'm going to say it again. I'm really going to harp on this. Michigan has been overdue their limelight.
Right.
They play great football. Let's be clear. Fan or no fan, you can't say anything really bad about Michigan and how they play ball. The one thing you can say about Michigan's sort of in the same situation the New Orleans Saints are. They get robbed.
Mm-hmm.
They really do get robbed because they're up there and they're relevant. Everybody can sit back and watch them and give them their credit and their props and their honor, but they're finally there. Y'all better win. Because I swear to God, I'm so sick of all you teams who swear Alabama be cheating, and then your ass get to the championship game and you don't win. I'm on your asses. I can't wait. If you lose, I swear. You think Brian talks shit? You think Glick talks shit? I'm gonna wear all you BCS, FBS, wish I should have been there, league conference championship people who've been complaining since the BCS started. I'm on y'all. I'm on y'all. Michigan, you better win. I'm on y'all. Texas ran over Washington.
It's like, yeah, because that game where Washington beat Texas, it was only by a touchdown. I mean, it was back and forth, but I was really, really pulling for Texas to win. So that way, it would have been Michigan versus Texas. Texas, would have the home field advantage.
Right.
Because it's in NRG Stadium in Houston. So, and the Texas, every time, the few times that I've seen Texas play here, like it was like Rice when they played against Rice University, and then another time I saw them when they played against Colorado.
Right.
So I mean, like
Michigan, y'all should have this. No disrespect to Washington, Michigan should have this. But I'm so sick of all y'all teams swearing Alabama be cheating. Alabama go up in there and beat ass. The end.
Well, that's just if you look at it, we look at sports in general. You had the Patriots supposedly, okay, maybe one season they did that, and then even in baseball, I'm still getting over. I'm still not liking the Astros that much because of what the tarnish of baseball. But there's but it's past history and stuff, and baseball goes on and stuff, and I think sports is bigger than.
Every team has done it.
Every team is.
Well, yeah, exactly. They got. I agree with that because I know of some other teams there, the Red Sox, even the Mets.
I don't remember the Mets cheating on anything. When did the Mets?
Well, there was some talk I remember before going to service that they, that's part of the game though. They try and steal the signs and stuff like that.
Yeah, they all do it.
But the thing is, with the technology, and you got the camera angles that they have now on the sidelines and in the batter or the boxes there for the teams on baseball. You see and you pick up things and stuff, and you know as well as I do, Tony. In the military, you piece things together and you get a clearer picture, and they do the same thing in sports. So Alabama, were they doing it yet? Well,
Alabama got caught. Yeah, they got caught once. They got caught cheating.
And it just
was a recruiting drive.
Yeah. But does it does it really have that much of an effect on the game? I haven't seen any. Okay, they might be stealing some things. They might get a little bit of advantage, but will it be as much of an outcome as compared to, say, a ref pulling a bad call?
It's code of ethics. That's all it is.
Yeah, exactly. Bottom line, ethics.
You find a rule. You state the violation. You go through the process. Unfortunately, for a lot of teams, they put it out in the public because there's no telling how much of this crap goes on in the behind the scenes.
Right.
Genie was one of the first ones going after them when he was coaching the Jets. You know what happened with Babe Ruth. You know what happened with Pete Rose. You know what happened with the Astros. All of y'all cheating. Play the game straight up. That's how you throw the money all over the place. That's how nobody takes control of everything. You let them be themselves. Everybody wants to get on the field.
I don't think they say it's cheating. Well, it's I don't want to slice and dice it.
You break any rule, you broke the rules.
I agree with you. It's cheating. If it looks weird to you, it's cheating.
If you're going to lose, it's
hype around if it's too much hype, it's cheating.
Yeah.
What we got? Who's playing today? Let's go through that. What the hell's Bathurst? Bathurst, this is your day. This is your time. I really don't have much.
Yeah, I'm surprised as far as
stars. We can't really cover any high major numbers. Bathurst, where the hell you at? Sorry, gentlemen, y'all go for yours. What we want to talk about last week. I know Rich wants to get on everybody's picks. Matter of fact, Brian, give Rich your picks. I don't know why the hell.
I got two. We can go through the list here. So we already had two games there. Baltimore against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh ended up winning. So they got a couple scenarios going on for them to make the playoffs. And one of them I don't like because that means the Bills have to lose. The Bills are not going to lose.
Well, I said the Ravens weren't going to lose, and look what happened yesterday.
Well, if you saw, did you watch any of the game, Tony?
Some, not all.
No, I watched the whole game, and it was. I thought I was watching.
You know what took me back?
What's that?
The Ravens already got the first round bye. They ain't got
exactly. Yeah. So I can understand that. Yeah, but watching the whole game, I thought I was watching a preseason game. That's the level of play I was watching. So, but Pittsburgh still won outright. They played it. But
winning seasons.
Ravens, I think they were locked up with what they wanted, so they're looking down the line what's important. So that's the first game there, and then the second was Houston. Brian's Houston. They had a great game against Indianapolis. Indianapolis could have won. I mean, that could have been either.
Indianapolis is good.
Been either. Yeah, that could have gone either way. So
they should have won that game. They should have won.
Well, the thing is, if Indianapolis won, I would have been the only one picking Indianapolis. Everybody else picked Houston.
Well, I mean, but here's the thing. The game. If Fairbairn would have made his field goal and like say,
good point.
And if if Indianapolis scored, it would have gone into overtime.
Yep. That's exactly. So that's where the field goal kickers, they've been important. We've been talking about that all season there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Brian, we're going to go into the picks here. We got Cleveland and Cincinnati. Tony, Michael, and Ted picked Cleveland. I picked Cincinnati.
I say Cincinnati.
Okay, CBS picked Cincinnati also.
Just to piss off Glick.
Well, I think Tony, most of my picks. I think of all the picks, just full disclosure, I'm trying to catch up on Tony. So I think out of the 16 games, there's only 3 games or 4 games that me and Tony agree with. So I'm trying to do a Hail Mary on being the opposite with him. So just full disclosure on that, Brian. Okay, Brian, we got you in there for Cincinnati. Next game, Minnesota at Detroit.
Motor City. Let's go.
Okay, and I've got Minnesota there. That would have been a pick. I think Detroit's going to win the game. They're pushing. They're going to be. Their
momentum is high.
What's that?
They have really good momentum.
Well, especially after the call that was made after the Dallas-Detroit game and stuff like that. They're probably still reeling from that. Gives them motivation. Next game, Jacksonville at Tennessee. And Tennessee,
because Jacksonville has to lose. Because that way, Jacksonville loses. Texans are the AFC South Division champions.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they lose, that means there's ramifications there. And I think Tennessee has to win. That's the other scenario that if Tennessee wins, Pittsburgh is in the playoffs, I believe. And the other scenario is the Bills are going to lose, and I don't see that happening and stuff. So, okay, the next game we got the New York Jets at New England. Michael and myself picked New York Jets. Tony and CBS. What did Ted pick? I forgot to put Ted. What did Ted pick for that game? I've got Ted's picks. I don't think I put Ted's picks in yet. Yeah, I did. I just missed that game, I guess. Okay. No, I haven't put him in for the Sunday game. So
I'll take the Jets.
Jets. Okay.
Yeah. So that way, Mitch Trubinsky could like have his way into the Jets.
Right. Okay. Next game, Atlanta at New Orleans. Tony's got Atlanta, and myself, Michael, and CBS. I'm not sure what Ted. I got it. I did
Atlanta who?
Atlanta at New Orleans. It's in New Orleans. Is Atlanta?
I'm gonna take the Falcons on this one.
Is Atlanta still in it? They have to win this game, don't they? Or are they out of it? With the standings?
I think they're out.
Are they out? Let me check here real quick. Atlanta. That's in the yes.
Oh, Ted says New England for the win. Belichick's finale.
Okay. Yeah, I have. If Ted is Ted here? If Ted's here, yeah, Ted. I haven't plugged yours in yet, so I do have them though. Atlanta, they're not out of it yet, or no, they're out of it. No, they're still in it. Are they still in it? I don't see an X as far as them being out of it, eliminated on ESPN. That's ESPN. So Ted's taking New England, and Brian, you're taking Atlanta. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Atlanta.
Okay. Next one will be
Taylor Heineke really wants to start.
Okay. Okay. Next one, Tampa Bay at Carolina.
It's gonna be Tampa Bay.
Yeah, everybody's on the Tampa Bay. I don't think Carolina.
Yeah, the owner of the Panthers is having a full blown meltdown now. I mean, he's already.
What do you think is going to happen with him? Is he going to just get fined and then you're just going to leave it at that?
He got fined like a very hefty fine.
He got a $300,000 fine last I saw. It's $300,000, and that's chump change. So
that's an expensive drink, though, Tony, for you and me.
I mean, that's debt clearing house buying for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also too. Like
what would you got, Brian? I'm sorry. What would you got?
The owner is just pretty much like they already fired their head coach. He's about to fire the GM.
Brian, hold on one second. We got Parker Bledsoe. Sorry about that. PPR at flex. Diggs, Henry, or Ridley? What do y'all think? I think I'm going to take Ridley.
I have the stats in front of you, so I don't know what the stats of these two guys are.
Take your time. We got a minute. Go for it.
So what? Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, this is more yours and Brian's.
Is it Hunter Henry or
Derrick Henry? I'm thinking
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. He's not playing. I did see that earlier. Good question.
I'm gonna say Henry. Take Derrick Henry.
I'm gonna say Ridley. They got to play today.
What teams are those guys on?
Calvin Ridley is the wide receiver for Jacksonville Jaguars. Stephon Diggs, Buffalo Bills. I know you know that. And I'm assuming Derrick Henry.
Tennessee.
Hunter Henry is actually sitting down, so I'm going to take Henry out for myself. But
is that Derrick Henry then?
Yeah, Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Now that game's already over, right? No, it's not. They haven't played.
No, that's a game tonight or today. Yeah,
it's a game today. This is where Tennessee has.
Yeah, they have to win to. Yeah.
Matter of fact, says it. Hang on.
Derrick Henry has already solidified himself as one of the best running backs in the league. So I don't think right now he would play, and he's going to get traded. Somebody's going to grab him, whether he plays good today or not. It's in his best interest not to play, so it doesn't hurt himself as a draft stock, or at least a waiver wire available running back, NFL-wise, period. I'm going to say really today is going to be a very prominent day, a very statement day, not only for him but for his team. I think he's going to need some light to shine on him and draw some attention to himself today, personally myself.
He's the number 6 running back in the league?
Who? Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
Yes. The man's a beast.
Okay, so he's up there as far as
man's a beast. Yeah, he gets hurt a lot. They don't need to risk him. The man's a beast. He's the one I always say Najee Harris reminds me of.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Parker, I appreciate the question. I'm going to the other comments. Brian will come back with his answer in a second. And I apologize for cutting Brian off. I was trying to get situated over here. We'll be there for the AJ House. Oh my goodness. 300,000 fine for $1 billion. Yeah. I agree, Ted. That's nothing for that dude. But I think they're going to get rid of him. I saw Michael Smith went in on him. He went in on that owner too.
But to get rid of him, it takes a vote of all the other owners to get rid of him. The NFL can't dictate.
You said that before, and I remember you said that.
I'm almost. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I would figure to get rid of an owner that the other owners have to be on board.
I think you're correct. They got to vote him out because he's pretty much one of the higher end.
Well, yeah, they got the money involved and stuff like that. That's one of their things here and stuff like that. So, let's see on the. Continuing, Brian, on the picks here, we have, let's see, the next one is Chicago at Green Bay.
Appreciate that, Parker. Sorry,
Chicago.
Brian.
Chicago, yeah, I'm taking Chicago. Mike is taking Chicago.
Did you take a player, Mike? I mean, Brian? Parker?
No, I say Derrick Henry.
I got you. Okay.
And let's see, Denver at Las Vegas. I took Denver. Tony took Las Vegas on that one. Michael and CBS are also on Las Vegas, which
just win, baby. Vegas.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting game because this is the first. Is this the first game without Russell or the second one? Your mic is off, Tony.
I know. I was halfway talking to myself. Sorry. Vegas, I'm taking over Denver right now. Okay. Vegas is on the roll.
I'm taking Vegas.
Yeah. But is this Denver's first time out of the gate without Russell at the helm?
Since he's been there, I want to say yes.
Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
If says Ridley for the upside.
Yeah.
Ridley for the upside. Okay. Next one, let's see. Philadelphia are down there in the Meadowlands for the New York Giants. I took the Giants. Everybody else is on the Philly side there.
Yeah.
I got to plug Ted's in. I'm not sure what Ted had. What did Ted have? Did he have Philly? Yeah, he had Philly. Ted had Philly. So, and Brian says
for the Giants and
Philly.
I say I'm gonna go with the Giants.
Oh, okay. There's a switch.
Whoa.
Okay.
Are you serious?
Not alone. Not alone.
Sorry, okay. Tyrod Taylor.
We'll see. You never know.
Tyrod Taylor.
And I thought I thought they already played this next game. Seattle. Maybe last time it was Arizona at Seattle. Now it's Seattle in Arizona. And I picked Arizona along with Michael and CBS. Tony took Seattle.
Cardinals.
Okay. I think they played some pretty good ball against Seattle. That was 2 weeks ago, maybe. Okay, yeah. Next one is going to be Kansas City, Los Angeles Chargers.
Chargers.
You like the Chargers, don't you?
No, I would have chosen Kansas City, but they disappointed me. Travis Kelce has been an embarrassment.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, well, they definitely have some issues this year as far as that goes. Next one, this should be a good game. LA Rams in San Francisco against the 49ers.
That's a tough game right there. That's a very tough game.
Carson Wentz is starting, so I'm gonna take the Chargers. I mean the Rams.
The Rams. Okay, I took the Rams also because
against the 49ers.
Yeah, that's against the 49ers, and I think that Rams, if they win this game, that could set the tone for them going into the playoffs.
And if I'm not mistaken, Carson Wentz has a pretty good win record against San Francisco.
Oh, does he?
San Francisco is the first round bye. I can't argue you all based on what I said earlier, Rich.
Okay.
We got the first round bye. The Rams may win.
Right. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Next one, Tony's Dallas. What's that, Tony?
McCaffrey's out today.
Okay. Next game is Dallas Cowboys against the Washington Commanders.
Cowboys.
Dallas.
Okay.
Now, here's what's crazy. I'm going to go against what I said earlier. The Cowboys are already in. The scenarios are up for them to lose. They have to lose for the Eagles to get in. So right now, if Dallas loses, the Eagles get in. If Dallas wins, the Eagles are out.
Oh, are they? Oh,
that's serious significance.
Because
I haven't heard that scenario. Really?
Yeah, that's what it is. I was just looking at it not too long ago.
Whoa. Dallas has to win.
Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win. Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay where they're at, but Dallas has to win not only to stay Dallas has to win just to regain their respect in the first damn place.
Yeah.
They have to.
Oh,
they have to. And you're going to lose to the Commanders, and you better not lose to the Commanders. Now, the Commanders going to come on. I'm quite sure the Commanders want to beat them just to piss them off.
Oh, yeah. And the same. That's the Northeast Division. That's a brutal division right there. They don't like each other. That's all. Every one of them are a rival with each other.
No, they don't. They don't.
Okay, and then the last game, and this is the most important game for me, where I'm happy to say, well, I don't wish the players any injuries, but Miami definitely had, from what I heard yesterday, they have some injury aspects that could be affecting them.
Miami's trouble.
Buffalo at Miami, Brian.
Go Fins.
Dolphins. Okay, you and Tony took the Dolphins. I took Buffalo. And like I said, this is the only game. All the other games, because this is the 18th week, end of the season and stuff. This is a do or die for Buffalo.
Buffalo's going to win this game.
They should.
Matter of fact, Rich, change my pick. I think I picked Miami. Change mine to Buffalo. I never change my pick.
No, we could do that. I don't know. Brian, is that going to have an effect on your pick at all?
For Miami and Buffalo?
Yeah.
No, I'm sticking with the Miami.
Okay. But I think Tony just jinxed the Buffalo Bills, though. No, I'm just kidding.
You know why? There's no Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
No Raheem.
Miami's hurt. They're banged. I didn't realize they were this banged up.
Tyreek Hill will play today. That was on this morning.
Yeah, Devon Shane is going to play. The tight end is going to play. You still got your weapons.
Okay.
But you still have the
backup. You still got the backup. The running back. I think it's Justin Wilson or something like that for Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say Hill is 100% though?
I don't think he's 100%, but he's going to play.
Okay. And Ted's got the Bills also.
Stop hating on T-Mobile. Who's T-Mobile?
I'm thinking Tyreek Hill.
I'm not hating on Tyreek Hill.
Stop the hating.
I'm not hating on T. I'm not hating.
Giggles, Rich. Okay, what's it? Ted's having fun here in the comments. Okay, Brian, thank you for those picks.
About damn time, Brian. 2 years of this crap.
Look at him, man. He's got them all in and stuff like that.
It's been 2 years, Brian. About damn time. Been 2 years. Cut that shit out. Anyway, Dallas Cowboys got to win today, big time.
Yeah.
For more than worry, they can't even sit back and relax until they win the Super Bowl right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it's like it's been over 30 years since Dallas has been to the Super Bowl.
Everybody's waiting on them to lose. That's what they got to beat.
Yeah,
right.
To really put, because like because when Dallas was in the Super Bowl, when they were relevant, I was in middle school, about to go into high school.
I don't want to hear
anything.
When the Jets were relevant, it's been a decade of that. They haven't won the Super Bowl since I've been alive. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Dallas has had some relevancy. Stop the complaining. Matter of fact, everybody hating on Dallas, all y'all need to quit. Unless your team hasn't seen the Super Bowl since Dallas' last Super Bowl, y'all need to stop.
I'm going for Dallas, but however though, I still despise Dallas because interstate rivalry.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, just like how Jets and the Giants and Buffalo, y'all have y'all
I'm a
three-way
Mets fan,
shootout.
I can't stand the Yankees. I fully understand. And none of us in New York City can stand the Buffalo Bills. I fully understand.
Yeah.
I fully understand. Seriously, but Dallas.
Well, you can say the same thing about that, Brian, with your hat with the Houston Oilers, man. They haven't been around since. You got the T-shirt on too, right?
Unbelievable.
They ended their. I'm just looking that up. They ended when they moved out. I guess it was 1996.
I told you.
As far as back then, yeah.
Like I said, like I was watching Oiler games and everything, so it was like it's still like I'm going for Tennessee.
Yeah. They still have that heritage and stuff.
Smoke.
Hey, smoke. Smoke's in the house.
Smoke's in the house. Smoke, what's good? What is good? All right, so the Ravens lost last night to the Steelers. I should have known better. I didn't think it was possible, but I should have known better.
I
Green.
started Justin
Who was that?
Tucker and the Ravens defense
And who was that last night we was watching? What was that game we had?
last night.
Tennessee,
Indiana-
in Texas and Indianapolis. Damn good game. I can't lie. Indianapolis is no slouch.
Well, the gameplay, like I said, the two games that played last night, Pittsburgh and Baltimore, that was like a preseason game. The other game was NFL football. They were going head to head and stuff like that.
And they were going head to head. It was a damn good game.
And-
no disrespect to go to Indianapolis for that game because they played. You had a couple of mishap plays. That happens in football. It didn't even look like it was set up or it was a con. Those were common, regular issues during the game. That made it. I didn't see any type of manipulation whatsoever, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, but it's always been a fight with
Right.
Houston and Indianapolis. It's always been a fight, and
Every
then
division's had to fight.
I mean, but that was like our secondary rivalry. The initial rivalry was against Tennessee, just Exhibit A. So, so it's always been a fight. Jacksonville just now is starting to have like their team put together. So now that's a fight. So it's like the AFC South is a tough division.
Gotcha.
AFC South is tough. Jacksonville's going to come back. Jacksonville's probably your division may be more competitive next season. I can agree with that. Indianapolis is like they got things put together to be an issue. Houston, radars on them.
Oh, and also too for Jacksonville, Christian Kirk is activated.
Yes, he is activated today. Absolutely.
So how can I pick the Softens is in the big spot?
Tyrod Taylor, Brian. That's what Ted says.
I'm not hitting on Ted. I said I picked him. I'm starting him. I'm starting him on my team.
I'm glad Tyrod
on the
Taylor
nonsense. Yeah, I'm starting Tyrod Taylor.
Because that brother was going through issues, and Baker Mayfield, they wanted Tyrod gone and Baker in the play. So now Tyrod Taylor's playing for the Giants. I hope he does good with them because he could play football. I don't know what happened with the Browns, but he could play fine. So good luck to him, all jokes aside. Tyrod's a good player. He's also a double threat player, the same way we talk about Taysom Hill.
But as far as like last night goes, how can you deny? Like, I was really upset that Nico Collins got snubbed for the Pro Bowl.
And who's his competition? Better question.
Still,
who's the reason? Who did they pick over him? Would be my question.
I got to look at the list, but it's like
if you don't mind.
I told y'all early on, Taylor was sucking the life out of Travis. In more than ways than one.
Way yo.
He wanted to make babies.
Of course, he want to make babies, and he want her to have them. I think they're a good couple so far. I haven't seen nothing wrong with them. Brian just has a problem with them being all over football. Am I lying?
Yeah,
but
Taylor was sucking the life out of Travis more ways than one.
Wow, y'all suck. God, y'all ain't shit. And stop sounding jealous. You wish you had a billionaire sucking on you. So now, y'all killing me with this shit. I don't care. And I'm sticking with what I told Bathurst. If I had a billionaire girlfriend, I'll be more focused.
I need to go to Brazil and start talking to Anita.
There you go. There you go.
Before you gotta go down
there. Wait. Shakira's single.
Yeah, but she might not want you.
Shakira's single. I don't mind being a stepdad.
Okay, stepdad.
Dude, okay, Shakira is awesome, man. Like, she is like the awesome chick.
She is awesome.
She is an awesome chick. That is the girlfriend to have.
She is awesome.
What's up, Smoke?
I still got people asking me about Tracy. I'm like, y'all cut this shit out. If y'all don't cut this shit out.
Oh, so this week, as far as fantasy football, now are all the leagues done, or does this week still count as a championship in some leagues?
ESPN League.
The ESPN League. Okay, so they take it right to the week 18.
Yes, Helen. They still bring it up. I know.
Oh, there's Helen. Good morning, Helen. Good to see you again.
He has an ESPN League. That one is still going. I did forget about that. I thought it was Yahoo, so that's my fault when I brought it up. There's an ESPN league that is still going. They are still running. Some leagues will still keep going longer than others. It's best if you run through the whole regular season. I actually do like that better. If you run through the whole regular season instead of cutting it off early. But people cut it off early because around the time, like right now, I did not see your previous comment. No. Right now, when they start benching players, is when it starts becoming real chaotic. And I'm the kind of dude, when I draft, any player that I draft, I'm running them through the whole season. I don't want to be switching players, running waivers away, because you never know who's going to get hurt, who's going to get injured, and if the player that you dropped is going to come back, i.e. Christian Kirk. Brian was just getting on me about that 2-3 weeks ago. I dropped him on my NFL.com league, so that season's over. But if I would have had him in my ESPN league and I would have had him and then dropped him, somebody picks him up today and he breaks for 150 yards, I look like an asshole.
Right.
And that's just being real.
So going back to what Helen's saying hi to Ted and Golf is saying Miami wins. We'll see. Golf. I'm saying otherwise.
I'm gonna take on Buffalo in that game because Miami. Yeah. I'm harping on Jalen Waddle more than Tyreek Hill. Raheem Mostert is down too, so that's two key players. But Brian did say David Shane's still there. Tyreek is going to play. Tight end, is that Gesicki? Is Gesicki still down there?
No, just Gesicki's with the Patriots.
You did go to Patriots. Okay, so I don't know who the tight end is right now.
And speaking of the Patriots, and then also what Ted was saying earlier, and I'm just looking on NFL.com. Sunday's game versus the Jets could be Bill Belichick's last as the Patriots head coach for first time since he began a storied tenure that led to one of the sport's greatest dynasties. Bill Belichick's future is unknown. I don't know. I think he's still going to stay there. I don't think
will be a head coach.
Yeah, he has the tenure and stuff like that. Could they really, I'm just wondering what he feels like. He wants to go to another, try to do something.
I don't know if he wants to go anywhere else or if he wants to retire. Mind you, he's been in the game 40 years.
Could you see him coming to as a commentator, like what's his name from the Giants?
No, he don't talk much.
Well, that's true. Yeah, he's very, very reserved on his commentaries and stuff.
He don't talk much. That's the problem. He don't talk much. Could he be a decent GM? Probably.
Yeah, but they're saying that Robert and Jonathan Kraft will meet when the season's over, probably to talk, where he's going to be at. Maybe they'll just move him to the front office and stuff.
Robert Kraft will be crazy to get rid of him. The only reason they would get rid of him is if nobody wants to work with him. But his legacy, not only with the Patriots in football, can't be denied.
Yeah,
he was with the Jets, did stay long. He was with the Browns when they were last relevant. I think it was the 80s and 90s. He's been in football forever. You kind of want him around the game. He may be old school, but damn it, he knows the game.
Yeah,
he does. But it also ends that conversation that somebody brought up years ago. The moment when Brady left.
Mm-hmm.
So
the question was, who really made the Patriots? Was it Brady
or
was it Belichick?
I think that's already been answered.
I think I'll put it on Belichick. I'll put it on Belichick. Brady made his moves, sure.
I don't think they would have as many champions. They'd have some Super Bowls, but I don't think they'd have as many as they do have if it wasn't for Brady. I think
let's look at it properly. Brady made it work.
He was a very consistent quarterback in the NFL. Very consistent.
Yeah, there was a couple other issues I think I noticed with the Patriots to where it's still hard.
I mean,
here's my crazy thing. Why won't they bring Garoppolo back and make that work?
Good point.
It wasn't working with Matt Jones. It didn't work with Cam. Go get Garoppolo back. Billy will take the head coach GM spot. You have to cook the groceries and be able to coach.
You have to cook the groceries and be able to cook them too.
What do you mean cook the groceries? You have to buy the groceries and be able to
he's under contract till 2024. And, while Robert Kraft was given a few interviews this season, none have provided any insight of the pending coaching decision. Just the fact that they're mentioning pending coaching decision. Yeah. Belichick, again, under contract after signing a new deal prior to the season for 2024. So he might still have one more season in the contract there.
He might.
What's Smoke is saying, or become a chief? Belichick become a chief?
A chef.
Oh, a chef. Okay, I'm sorry.
Damn it, Rich.
We'll clean my glasses off some more from that
Damn
snow.
it, Rich.
But that's an interesting aspect as we're in week 18. As far as and that's usually the case where we've already had a couple firings in mid-season, which is I think is still unusual to have during the season. But I guess some teams they just want to stress the point. A couple teams after they've had the firings have gotten a little bit better. So I don't know if that's because of that or whatever. Let's see. The guy supposedly makes 25 million a season, and
Who's that? Belichick?
yeah, I think that's what Ted said. Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah, I
guy.
don't go no damn. I sit back in the back office with my mouth shut because I don't talk much during press conferences anyway.
Yeah,
Don't
but
give me
he
$25 million. Pay
probably
me
has.
$25 million to sit back quiet. Watch this.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. That's a continuing interesting story. You got to say he is a good coach though. As far as the path he's traveled and stuff
I
like
think
that.
he did his time. It's a matter of whether they're going to let him stay.
Yeah.
He's done his time. He's made a statement. He could sit back and still draw money because nobody's done what he's done.
Right.
Nobody. And even Brady ain't got to play no more. No franchise has done what Brady has done.
Oh no.
Those are two big, major, key factors on the both of them, and I have to agree on that.
For me, Tony, I would say before Brady, and we had some great quarterbacks and stuff like that. But for me, before Brady, it was Montana. Montana, I thought, was probably one of the best consistent quarterbacks. But there's an argument you could wiggle this person in, but by far, the GOAT award definitely goes to Tom Brady as far as that goes.
Absolutely over Belichick right now.
Yeah.
Right now, over Belichick.
Yeah.
Golf, I agree. Injuries did mess up this season, and Bathurst talked about that all season.
Oh yeah, the injuries. Yeah, that was a constant thing.
Ted, that's a very key factor. Ted, he's got to pass Schuler's winning record. That's a very key factor. So Belichick's trying to pull a full Phil Jackson over Red Auerbach.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, maybe that's the only thing he's got to shoot for. So if he's got everything else, he got a number of rings with the teams he put together and stuff like that, and that's a lifetime legacy right there.
I agree. So here's my thing for the games today. And Ted, I'm leaving in 8 minutes, Ted. I know what you're gonna do. You want to know how long I'm gonna stay up here, and right when I'm about to go, you want to pop up. I understand you're busy, but you can do it on the case. All right, got 8 damn more minutes. Let's talk about the games today. Let's go. What we got? What we got?
Ted's got to clean the house.
No, he started that already. I'm not putting him on blast like he do me. He started that already. Brian's trying to mess with you.
I mean, he's a very busy man. He's got some steaks to cook, and then he's got a house to clean.
Don't you ever
and one slight hiccup, he's got to make the couch all nice and ready, so that way he gets to sleep on the couch if he messes up.
Well, let's see. For tonight's game, I'm going to just talk about the game I'm mostly focused on. Okay, so CBS is saying the winner of this game wins the AFC East. The Bills' victory gives them the number 2 seed in the AFC, but there are other scenarios in play if the Bills do lose. Bills clinch the playoff spot with Jacksonville's loss thanks to Pittsburgh beating Baltimore. So the Bills are in then, I take it then.
I think they are.
Are they in? Let me check the ESPN there. Do they have a mark on it's the standings. I got to bring up the standings here. So that's something I didn't even look at. I thought, the way they've been talking about, they have to win this game, and it might be for the division. They've beaten the Miami Dolphins before. Can they beat them again? Yes, they can. The Dolphins. No, the Bills, they don't have any type of mark on ESPN, so I'm not sure. They could be knocked out of a playoff.
This just in on Bleacher Report.
Go.
Trevor Lawrence is active, and Christian Kirk is out.
Christian Kirk's out? He was just active about an hour and a half. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Got it right here on Bleacher Report.
That needs to be known.
So I went ahead and starting Trevor Lawrence
There you go.
and dropping Tyrod Taylor. No
Last minute
disrespect,
change.
Ted. No
So we
disrespect, but
got Cleveland and Cincinnati first. Okay. No, go ahead. I'm just games.
Let's see. The Dolphins have a playoff berth clinched, but with a clinch of the AFC East, they get the number 2 seed with a win. Miami clinches the number 6 seed with a loss, so still in. The Steelers also need the Bills to lose. Oh, they need them to lose in order to make the playoffs if the Jags win. So the Bills have to win this game. Does this game matter? Yes, for the Bills, most definitely. And so that's the one game. As far as the other game, the Rams.
We got here, ladies and gentlemen. We are now joined by my man.
Oh.
Simply Tim TV has made it in the building. How's it going, sir?
hey, Tim, how's it going?
Good morning, Tim.
Good morning. Y'all been
How's
well?
it going, bro? Good seeing you. Happy New Year. All that good stuff.
Happy New Year, sir.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year. All is well.
All
Things
is well.
changed with the schedule a little bit, so I've been
You're fine. You're fine.
incognito.
Any recaps that you would like to bring forth? We're kind of shooting the proverbial waiting on Ted to pop up, but not to cut Brian or Rich off, but I want to give you a chance to get caught up, please.
Oh, well, you know what? I will listen for a second, but I know that Dallas still has a chance to make it all the way. I'm still disappointed Alabama didn't beat Michigan. That they,
save me that conversation. Save me that one. Save me.
Okay. But it's going to be interesting, from the fantasy perspective, thinking about that, though. Some leagues have already finished up, and then there's some like mine that's still playing this week. So It's always a toss-up who's going to be in and who's out. So fortunately, I checked my roster and realized that Kyron Williams was going to be on the bench this week. So, it gave me a chance to still win the championship. So
make some adjustments as you see fit.
Exactly.
Oh, you're still in the championship for your league. Well, good.
Yes, I am.
Good luck.
I am.
Okay.
Fortunately, Isaiah Likely got 2 passes and a touchdown, so that paid off for him. But other than that, though, I'm just looking to see how things pan out. It's getting interesting now. This is that time of the year where you never know what to expect. People step up in different ways, and what has happened throughout the rest of the year, everything is different now because people know there's a lot more on the line at this point. So it's either win or go home.
Yes, it is. Alabama, Michigan. Let me jump on this real quick, fellas. Y'all, please excuse me. Let me get Tim caught up over the past few weeks since we had our time. Alabama should have won, but I knew Michigan was going to be able to beat them because Michigan plays good football. Honestly, they do play good football. So it was a very even matchup to me, and we was all talking junk out of sport. Michigan is overdue their limelight. I think a bunch of us have to admit that or acknowledge that as far as college football, they've been relevant. They've been in the radar of a lot of people, a lot of fans. I don't necessarily want to say that they got robbed. I know they've been defeated, but I never really saw them back down from anybody in any football game. I actually do give them that. I don't know much about Washington. Like I said earlier, I got nothing against Washington, but I'll be pulling for Michigan. I would be because they're due. And what's crazy is Washington is due as well. Washington has been due. They have been slept on in the Pac-10 from back in the days of USC and Oregon running things. I think we can all acknowledge that those people who have watched college football or at least caught the Sports Center, any sports conversation, Washington's been up there. I think Herm Edwards was up there for a minute, wasn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
Was it Washington State? He was at one of them for a minute, wasn't he?
Probably
I don't know. I remember him being at Arizona State. I don't remember him at Washington.
I think he was at somebody was up there in Washington. One of those coaches was up there. They had a little bit of a limelight.
But ever since Washington got moved to the Big 12 like that's when they really started to show out.
Which showed they play football, because another team that needs to get back relevant to me will be Oregon State. They had a good run in football. For Oregon State, Oklahoma State. I'm keeping my eyes on San Jose State.
Don't worry about Oklahoma State. They're boring.
Right now, yeah. But back when I think Ocho Cinco was down there, wasn't he?
Again, boring.
He was at Oregon State. Who the hell was it?
Dez Bryant.
Oklahoma State was what's my man name that went to Dallas?
Dez Bryant.
Dez Bryant, thank you. Thank you. A little bit of irrelevancy around this. So college football to me is going to start being more spread out. Alabama won't necessarily be the most dominant.
Des Bryant. Why does that sound familiar?
Dallas
See,
Cowboys wide receiver.
he's so irrelevant. See,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Let me tell you what I told Rehab. You just became relevant. Calm down. You just became relevant. Calm down. Michigan Washington's going to be a good game. Florida State got robbed. We do know Florida State got robbed, and we hate it for them. They have a lot of bowl games. They have a lot of strong winning records. I think their time is coming too. I think that when they do these playoffs, it's going to be a mess next season. God, it's going to be a mess.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. This year was definitely controversial. I think, as they said, two things can be true at the same time. Florida State, you could say they earned the right based on their season to be there. However, I do agree that based on what the committee was trying to do was put the best teams in based on the circumstances. Florida State didn't have what they needed to be able to beat Georgia at that point because, 55 yards from the quarterback that previous game wasn't going to work against Georgia. And even though, they're talking about the people that sat out from the game, I think that still even says a lot, for the team as well, that many people sat out. Because, it's football. You can get hurt walking down the street. I remember, several years ago, one of Alabama's players sprained his ankle getting off the bus.
Yes.
So you can't run from injuries. And but I think Alabama was a better team to be in there, but they just,
they lost a game. They lost a legit game, honestly. They lost a legit game. People want to see Alabama have some competition that are winning all the time. That was a team for them to face. It really was a team for them to face, and that's why I got to credit them. I got to credit Michigan in the first place. Alabama shouldn't face no shame off of that game. Right. People were happy. People wanted Alabama to lose. They're tired of Alabama winning, like they're tired of the Yankees winning, like they're tired of the Cowboys having press, like they're tired of the Red Sox and all them winning all the damn time. So this is good parity, if you will.
Very Tim, seeing that you're an Alabama fan, I get a question. And this last week, since that game, there seems like there's a lot of players from the Alabama that are going to go pro now. Do you think that's going to have an adverse effect on the Alabama team next season?
No.
That's Alabama. That's every year. Alabama uses.
Well, I'm not sure where they're lined up as far as I'm thinking they might have 1 year, 2 years left, but these are all seniors that are going as far as declaring. As far as I've never seen it right after the bowl game they declared. Usually it's a little afterwards and stuff. That this many, there's like 3 or 4 of them right out of the gate that are declaring.
A good fraction of them will probably be drafted to the Texans, just like because D'Amico Ryans, Alabama alum. We got Will Anderson Jr. We got Tua.
Anderson Jr.
We got a lot of Alabama guys on our team. So
Commanders too.
What's crazy?
That's
there was
true.
a year which they took the whole damn defense from Alabama. Right after the bowl game, the whole damn defense was going. I was like, Jesus Christ! You talking about Alabama? Alabama rebuilds every year.
Yeah.
The only player who doesn't get drafted the most from Alabama, from what I've seen, has been the quarterbacks. Even though they get them, but they always drafting their linemen. They're always drafting running backs, wide receivers.
Well, remember,
it's been the biggest issue as far as the people that they drafted from Alabama. The best quarterback they had was Joe Namath, and he got a Super Bowl.
Well,
yeah,
the last four. So Jalen, Tua,
that's Jalen and
Tua, and Young. So that's like 4 in a row.
Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield was Oklahoma.
Went to the Jets.
Yeah.
They got, but as far as the prominent players, if you will, the big ones, you had Mark Ingram, Derrick Henry. You got Najee Harris. You had what's a man that Sean Alexander when he was with Seattle.
Yeah,
they pulling Alabama players. They pulling them every time. Alabama's pretty much the recruitment ground for the NFL. That's how big.
Well, but remember back in the 90s though, they were like saying like if you want a linebacker, you look at Penn State. If you want a wide receiver, you look at Miami. If you want a running back, you look at like the Midwestern states or Oregon. But now it's like you got all these other coaches going everywhere and like learning how to coach other guys. Now it's like now it's like open season for everybody.
Yeah.
But I remember that. Like if you want a lineman, if you wanted to tight end, you go to Iowa
Or Miami.
or Miami or Ohio for a tight end.
Mhm.
And then if you want linemen, you get guys from like Colorado, Nebraska.
Mhm.
You know, you want a wall? Go to the Midwestern states, get the country boys.
And
Yeah.
that's back when running backs were a bigger deal too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ted, it's the same link.
Ted, it's the same link, Ted.
You the one that told everybody it's the same link. How you don't know?
Yeah.
I'm on Ted's case. Ted do this on purpose. He try.
Dramatic fashion.
He is.
gotta
This
have
is
the
even
effects.
fashionably late. This is ridiculously off the chain. Listen, you're more late to this show than I am to work, all right? I just want to let you know.
How you guys doing?
What's up?
Good morning, Ted.
Sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Ted. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you. Fireman Rich. Brian is still smiling from last night.
And the hungover is going away.
Got it. Tony D.
What's up, man? What's going on?
What's going on? I'm trying
I've
to
been drinking.
attach these channels. Jeez.
Uh-huh.
We were just talking about how Alabama got robbed.
Really?
No, they didn't say that. They lost. They lost it.
Legitimate loss. Fair loss.
Well, before you came on, Tim, I made the comment there as far as college. I'm not really a big college football viewer, but it just seems like last night's NFL football games at halftime, the announcers, they spent more time talking about the upcoming champ. I mean, it might be because it's ESPN too, okay? But it's just the fact that with all that's going on in the NFL and stuff, and this is a big game, okay? It's just the status. They're finally they picked 4 teams that I think even if you're not into college football, you want to see who's you got 4 great teams there that as far as that goes. But I was just amazed that the regular announcers were sort of promoting that, and they were even going footage to the 2 teams practicing on the field there down in, I think it's Houston is the championship game,
right?
And stuff. So I just found that pretty interesting from a viewer aspect as far as, okay, I'm watching an NFL game, but they're talking almost more at halftime about the upcoming national championship.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. Weren't they playing in Houston last night?
No, there was in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
But the college championship will be in Houston.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but both games I watching last night, Pittsburgh at halftime. It's like, oh, they're talking about that, and like I said, again, it was on ESPN, ABC,
right?
And I believe that's who's hosting the national championship on Monday.
Rich, that's a provider that has far too much real estate.
Okay, that was just going to say
far too much real estate, and they're going to do that mega cast where they put it on ABC and all the ESPN networks.
Yeah.
So
it's just with the setups of what our networks are at right now and stuff like that. That's just pretty interesting. It's just and I think a lot of it maybe leans towards what you just said, Ted. It's just to promote their product that's out there and stuff like that, because the 4 teams they have for the final going into the national championship, 4 great teams. They all I take my hat off to them. They're all great teams.
They are.
And I think I'll be surprised if Washington doesn't win by 10 plus. I give Washington 10
it's gonna be a fight. I'm looking right now on StubHub to see how much tickets are going for.
Ridiculous, right?
3/4 of my paycheck. I mean, like, even on the upper deck of the 600s is $810.
The nosebleeds, 600. Oh my
yeah, the 600s, yeah, and then like, yeah, there's like some for 810, 850, 875, 883, and that's just the upper levels, yo.
Wow,
that's when you need a telescope.
Exactly. I know at Mercedes-Benz up in that 300 or that upper tier, you stand up too fast, you may hit your head on one of those rafters.
Yep. That is
Yep.
true.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
But what is it? I think a going ticket for the Super Bowl is up around was it $5,000-6,000 or something like that for a ticket now. It's unreal, you know. It just
It
I just
really
don't
is.
enjoy it that much. And plus, I'd rather have access to replays and the different camera angles, and I want to be able to see the game.
Yeah.
So being there live is about the atmosphere, and
or else you got somebody else's. It's on somebody else's dime there because you're doing something and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So,
right, exactly.
I might be in the minority, but being at home with your loved ones around you, with whatever food or whatever you have coming in, and you're putting it on, whatever large screen TV that you have.
Oh, I'm with you, Ted. Yeah, it's you can't beat that. I mean, it's just I got some people that come over. They say, "Oh, you still only got a 42-inch? Where?" As far as well, it works for me, but yeah, it's and like what Tim said, the replays and stuff like that, and it's probably exciting, and it's probably a once in a lifetime if you have an opportunity to go. Yeah, I'd go, but for me, watching sports in the comfort of your own home, you can't beat it. As far as
Yeah, very true. And so,
I mean,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, if I could be in Vegas right now watching the championship game.
Yeah, but look at all the venues you can watch the game from in Vegas. So
I know. But what I'm getting at,
it's entirely too much to do in Vegas. That's why me and Brian don't need to do that. It's gonna be
no. But I'm just saying, like at the Hotel Circa, dude, you're watching. I mean, in the betting area, there's like 3 stories. Okay, in the betting area, there's 3 stories, but still within those 3 stories, you got this gigantic. It's like 5. I mean, I'm gonna over exaggerate, but it's like 5 movie screens.
You're not over exaggerating.
In this one area.
I know.
Then, nonetheless, the pool area, is like 4 theater screens put together as one in the pool.
Wow.
Imagine watching football, just chilling, having a beer at the pool.
Wow.
You're watching.
Some people don't need to be drunk
That's
in
pretty
a pool.
cool.
You do not need to be drunk in a pool.
I mean, like,
let me be clear. Chlorine doesn't clean everything, all right?
Oh, that's good.
Question for you, Brian. When you were in Vegas, did you go to Allegiant Stadium?
No, I did not. I saw it. But when you land, you'll see you can't miss it when you land.
Fly into the city, yeah.
And like it's big, but the Mandalay Bay and the Luxor, it's under construction, but they're gonna build walkways to get to the stadium.
Are you serious? I thought Mandalay Bay was on the other side of the strip from the stadium.
Yeah, because even going from the Sphere has a bridge connection.
Fool gonna make me pull up Las Vegas, Nevada on the map. I can't stand Brian.
So here's a question. I don't know if any of us have the information. So it's going to be at Vegas. Do they also open up seats in T-Mobile Arena? Are they also are they utilizing all their spaces where you can watch the game?
God. I see what Brian's saying now. Oh my God.
Put it up on the screen.
That's Bonnet. No, I don't want to put all this up on the screen. Not everything. Because
put the one I sent up.
All the previous searches that I have from other cities and other addresses I got on there. I don't want to put that up.
No. Just
the second one that I have, it's about a minute.
Okay.
The second
link. Screenshot, not a damn video. Yo ass in this video.
Go ahead.
God almighty.
I pay attention to detail.
No, you don't, because you don't watch the news. Hold on, I
Okay.
got you. Hang on. This Tim, welcome back.
You're welcome.
Tim, welcome back. For the love.
Hey, and while you finding that, Tony, while you were gone, I said I have Washington by 10 plus.
Okay, I got you. Hang on, let's see what we got here. Oh my God.
Whoa.
We combine sports with the day club, and it's a stadium. Stadium swim. You gotta have the great music. It's gotta be bumping in here. So it's a little bit of a pool amphitheater, and it's a little bit of a day club there, but it's we have 30 cabanas, 2 super cabanas, a bunch of different day beds, poolside boxes. We have this massive screen behind me that shows all the sports on all the time. It has 78 million pixels and 143 feet high. It's a great place to go out in the sun.
It's really fun, yeah, I like it a lot. The pools are heated and the staff is really nice and helpful. I would recommend it, yeah.
We have signature cocktails at both of our front bars over there. You can't really see it, but we also have 2 swim-up bars at our pools. We do have our grill over here. My favorite is the chicken finger platter, no question about it. We have lobster corn dogs, some other fan favorites.
Lobster corn dogs.
Great pool food, but it's also great food you can enjoy anywhere around. People come to Vegas to gamble, there's no question about that. So we brought our table games area out to the pool so you can experience the great weather, especially down there. You're closer to DJ, but everywhere is very lively as well. You better bring your bathing suit because you gotta swim, you gotta enjoy it, and we appreciate it with everyone to get out of the pool when they be. But with these pools, the high-tech filtration system that we have, the amount of ounces they pump through to clean this pool, they're the cleanest pools in all of Las Vegas, and I'd say the world.
Unfreaking real.
So imagine watching the Super Bowl on that.
Yeah.
Imagine watching the movies on that. When I was there, they were advertising. It was like $25 per person to watch the UFC fight at the stadium pool.
I don't need to be there. I don't need to be there. The food.
You don't need to be in an arena. You need to be there.
I don't need to be there. I would lose my mind. I saw how close that was to Fremont too. That tells me it's on the
Yeah, it's on Fremont. It's on Fremont.
They just reinvented Fremont.
Yes,
right there. They just reinvented Fremont, and I see where the Mandalay Bay was compared to Allegiant Stadium. You tell me they're gonna make a walkway from the Mandalay Bay?
They're building a walkway.
They can build a walkway over the damn highway. Is what you're telling me?
It'd be like an underground, but
Because Allegiant Stadium is on the other side of 15.
Yeah.
Oh my Jesus, that is bananas.
Wow.
That is bananas. And it's right by the airport. Holy shit.
Yeah, because when you land, right when you land,
expensive in Vegas.
I mean, because every time when I go when I go to Vegas, I sometimes fly Southwest Airlines or United, but it's always in the same spot because you'll see it. It'll be like Mandalay Bay, Luxor, Excalibur. Now you can see it. It'll be like religious, the stadium. It's right there.
I know where Excalibur is, and I know the congestion in that area as well. You're gonna build another damn walkway over the highway.
I think they might do like an underground.
No, they ain't gonna do underground. They don't need nothing else underground in Las Vegas because underground.
Oh
Las
yeah,
Vegas
that's
ain't
true.
safe.
That's true.
Don't do that.
Or if anything like a specialized tram.
No, you don't need that.
Maybe
they already got one tram going on the side behind the
Well, yeah, they got the monorail. Yeah,
the SRO, I think it is. That hotel that's out there.
Well, you have like the monorail behind the MGM
behind
Grand,
the MGM,
but then
going all the way down.
Yeah, behind the MGM Grand, you got the monorail, but then also too behind Mandalay Bay.
Bananas.
Mandalay Bay, you have a tram that a monorail, a smaller monorail that go from Mandalay. I mean, that goes from the Parks MGM to Aria, Cosmopolitan to the Bellagio.
That is sickness, but I love it. That is sickness, but I love it. I would go to that pool and do a damn broadcast from that area. That would be bananas.
I mean, I'm telling you, dude. Like when we walked,
guess what you ain't telling me? Guess what you ain't telling me? The price of all of this. What are you doing?
I mean, if you're willing to spend $250 a night,
Do I look like
It's a whole
do I
lot.
look like I'm going to Santa Monica?
No. That's $500 a night. I said that's what I was going to lead to. I was like, it's cheaper than $500 a night. So you save 50%.
I'm just saying. No, I would. I know where I want to stay in their building and everything. They're congesting that area. And I'll tell you, as somebody who's been to Vegas, they're putting a lot around that airport. Because that's exactly where that stadium is and where that walkway will be. And then you're going to build the walkway over the highway. I think they got one already.
And then also too, there's right by the airport, there's a big massive land because I think they're going to do away with the Tropicana, but they're going to build the ballpark there for the athletics.
Was it the Tropicana or was it Hooters? One of them they were going to tear down for that ballpark.
No, that's not the original Tropicana, is it? Because they already knocked that down.
It is the original. Yeah, I think it is.
Is it
It's
the original?
Tropicana.
Wait, that's where the A's are going to play, right in that area.
Right in that, right in that area.
That's crazy. And if
because right
those
now,
of you who have lived
right
in
now,
Vegas, those of us who have been there, you got to realize the congestion of all of this madness. Mind you, all of this is going to be right along the strip. All of this is going to be right along the strip. Now, you want everything there. I got that. They built the stadium a little bit off. Now they're going to build the baseball team. What are they going to do when they get another basketball? When they get a basketball team out there?
No. The basketball team plays at the T-Mobile Arena.
They don't have a basketball team yet.
No. That's where the basketball team will play.
Okay.
That's where they will play because you already have for like the WNBA, you have the
Las Vegas Aces.
They play at the T-Mobile
And
Arena.
you also have the Vegas Knights.
Don't they have
the Vegas
UNLV?
Knights?
Isn't UNLV where the Aces play at?
I don't know.
No. Well, no. Well, UNLV, they still have their state, like the football stadium, they still play
The
there.
basketball team too.
I think they still play at their arena.
Okay.
Like UNLV still stays there.
Gotcha. That's a lot of congestion. Good God have mercy. See, this is why you can't go to Vegas in just like a day or two. You got to do it like 4 days.
And remember, at least once a month, shout out to JoJo, there's some type of UFC
always.
Main card or fight night in Vegas.
Yeah, it used to be like at Mandalay Bay or at the MGM Grand. Right. Now you got the T-Mobile Arena there, so it's like boom, you have a bigger venue.
All right, I got to stop all this because we got to get to the point. This joker here,
and I'm because I thought I was good to go. I had to make a stretch because I brought with me like 1,700 with me. And I had to make that stretch because what was blindsided me, I knew about the 150 resort fee, but now I had to put a $200 security deposit, which was in my head. I had to do the math. I'm like, oh man,
the money's gone. I told you that. I told you that 2 years ago. I told you that. That's why my ass hasn't gone yet. You're only thinking about the ticket at the moment.
How much time did you spend at the casino?
Very little.
Okay.
The reason why is because I had my coworker Felipe with me, and it was his first time there. So pretty much we were just giving him the tour.
Yes.
And my brother Eric was with me, and he hadn't been to Vegas in 16 years. So I'm trying to get him caught up.
Oh,
he's like, what was that hotel that was under construction when I was here? I was like, right there, the Aria, the Cosmopolitan, that was under construction.
Oh, 16 years ago.
Back in 2007.
The Aria and the Cosmopolitan, they were in construction back then, were they?
It was under construction. It was like they just got the framework up.
The Sahara was down, Dunes was down. They was right there on the strip. I was thinking you were going to say those.
Yeah, but right where the Cosmopolitan, the Aria, the Vidara, that was all under construction back in 2007.
I should have asked you what was happening down there by Circus because when I was there in 2019, something was under construction over there too.
They built like a Marriott hotel. They built a Hilton hotel.
No, the Hilton Grand's been there. The Hilton Grand was there.
No. They built more. Wow. But now I think they're going to build a new hotel casino coming up because they just Bathurst.
Bathurst was good.
But then on the far side, like 15-20 minutes off the strip, they just opened up a new hotel casino called the Durango.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's real nice. I saw other YouTubers doing a tour. It's real nice.
Gotcha. All right, let's get back to football, damn it. See, you do this every damn time. Ted, we need you to get caught up on everything from the past week and what you got for this week. Go. And then he put this. I can't with this dude. I can't.
I was on I'm sorry. I was on Twitter X promoting the show.
Okay, appreciate it.
But what was the question again?
Last week and this week football wise.
Yeah, your takes on last week and this week. Steelers are
so
not far
at what point I go in a totally different direction.
Go for it.
At what point how come Dan Campbell and the Lions did not take ownership over that debacle? Everyone is talking about referees and everything else like this, and eligible and ineligible. You usually have the ineligible person or the person wearing the number that's not usually for a receiver, go over to the referee. You had 3. It was botched. Everyone else talked about it, and that became the story.
But on that instance where you say where the 3 went over there, the camera film of the referee, they had all the time in the world. I think that's the biggest thing for me, that they didn't stop, and the referee just took it for granted that the same guy that was calling in was going to call it in. So I see where your point is, and I agree with you.
Maybe it's flawed. Maybe you have a flawed theory.
Because I didn't realize that was an actual strategy they were doing until after the game, and look, it's like, whoa, they don't want to telegraph it to the Dallas Cowboys. But the thing of it is, the refs, that outrightly decided a game.
Yes.
There's no doubt about that. So I think there's blame on both sides, but I think a lot of it rests, in my opinion, rests on the refs, because the refs went by too quickly. The clock wasn't running. They have control of the clock, and he could have just seen it. But you look at it, he's just walking away from it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a big gap in the communication process right there in that. So I think that's the main nut of what I have a dispute with the refs. I know they have a lot on their plate there and stuff like that. I think overall, the refs on any given game play, it's just those unique ones. It's not the same level as, say, with Kansas City, where the guy was in the, a picture was 1,000 words. He was almost in, kissing the guy on the other side.
Right.
As far as that goes. So, but this is something they have to look at. Now, this referee crew is not going to be in any of the playoffs.
No, they're not.
They are refereeing today. I'm not sure which game they're refereeing, but they are refereeing today.
They're refereeing Detroit, because already they are okay. The Lions are trolling.
So yeah, but it was interesting on that note, Ted, that what you say, and that they have now. I saw a news article that was given to all the teams. This is the procedure to check in.
This is the procedure, and this is something that definitely is going to be looked at in the rule book this offseason.
Oh, yes.
Because it's a mess. Also,
I don't know what we're gonna do at Bathurst. I don't know what the hell we're gonna do.
You also have what else was pretty hot? Buffalo. I mean, we're seeing Buffalo surging. We hope that continues into the playoffs. The Dolphins will always show you who they are. I'm sorry for any Dolphins fans, but the 72 Dolphins are never ever going to reappear.
No, they're not. I agree.
Okay. The flip side of what the comment I was going to say, the referees interjecting themselves in every game and deciding these games. I mean, and we go back to the last Super Bowl. Hey, okay, the game is about to end. It's probably one of the greatest Super Bowls I've ever watched, and maybe you guys too. And then that holding call, and then the last 2 minutes is just like, wait, what the heck? It was a great 58 minutes. Yeah, that's really it. And the fact of just getting prepped for Black Monday, and what we have to remember is all these guys, these general managers and coaches, and that are going to be released of they're relieved of their duties. They have families, So you sit here, and for Schefter and Rossini and Rappaport and everyone is first to report it. It's going to be a bloodbath because we already have 3 coaches and or general managers that were relieved halfway through the season. You could see a third of the teams letting go of their coaches. I'll leave it there.
Well, I would say, and to Michael, the Cowboys, to answer your question, but and he asked who's winning the Super Bowl, but with that Detroit situation, one, I think it's about time the Cowboys get a call like that. We've had a couple where the refs took it from us at the end of the game where we would have potentially won. Dez Bryant catch, and it was another one that happened, and it went against us. And when you look at statistically speaking, even though the refs are supposed to be on top of it, I think I saw where Campbell admitted that they were trying to fool the Cowboys. So in doing so, they weren't clear enough for the referees to understand what they were doing either. And if you think about 100 plays that a referee is managing during the course of a game, just say 100 plays, how many of those plays do they have to account for that particular scenario? It's a very small percentage. So it's easy for them to miss it if the Lions are trying to play some trickery and foolery in the process. And, it appeared the ref acknowledged someone coming off the bench, but he didn't acknowledge the right person or didn't know the right person was there. So it is on them, when you're trying to communicate with someone, you need to be clear that they know that this is what you're doing, that I'm the guy that you need to be dealing with, and not allow that mistake to happen. And I think with the coaching carousel, that has gotten very much extremely vicious here these past couple years. But I think I think it's inevitable, because when you see where there are a lot of other coaches that have the potential to lead some teams that may not be getting opportunities, and they're bringing guys in, for whatever reason, I think it's inevitable, and it's going to show. In basketball or even football, they say the ball doesn't lie. And I think when it comes to this situation, they bring people in sometimes for political reasons, not necessarily because they're the best candidate. They get the results that they get because they had other agendas that may have been going on behind the scenes that they were working with, and they have to cut ties. But I think they all know that's what happens at this time of the year. People start getting slashed, and they do have families to take care of. But when you sign up for it, you know what you're getting into, and you know that it's a business. Just like they tell the players, the coaches have to deal with it too. It's a business, and you can be gone just as quickly as you're brought in if you don't win this day and age.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
very good point.
I just got a hit on Bleacher Report. TJ Watt has an MCL sprain.
Yeah, we said that earlier. I think he was up here.
What's that? 3?
We weren't sure exactly what it was, Tony, but how significant is that? Where will he be able to play?
What grade?
I think it's a 3.
Oh, he's done.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. He won't. I don't think he shouldn't start next season, even though he'll have plenty of time to recover by then. The same way Aaron Rodgers was trying to come back this year. But I would actually tell him, take a minute. Don't do nothing. I don't even suggest training camp right now. Rehab, because rehab and conditioning more than anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, take the ligament tears. Don't mess around with them.
Yeah, even if you sprained it, still don't. Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Tim, can you please answer Mike, because he likes to make sure that you're.
Which one? About the Cowboys?
About the Super Bowl? Because this dude,
Cowboys.
I said Cowboys.
He said Cowboys.
Okay, good.
Just imagine a Texas shootout in Las Vegas, the Texans versus the Cowboys.
You all need a Texas shootout, but you need it in Texas. Vegas will be dope, but y'all need it in Texas. That has to happen. If Dallas and Houston both make the playoffs next year,
have it at the Alamo Dome.
They had the New York Giants against the Buffalo Bills, and the Giants. I made some big money on that game. I was overseas in the service, man. I said, "I'll take it, man."
Them boys that game. That was
I made a killing on that Super Bowl.
Yes, they did.
You didn't make your money because you knew who won before everybody else did.
No. They were still doing it live and stuff in that Super Bowl. That was one of the very first ones, Tim, that they did do live. So it was none of the shenanigans there and stuff like that. We were up late watching that one, and there was a lot of Buffalo Bill. I was diehard. I didn't really care for the Buffalo Bills back then. But to answer Michael Bathurst's question, Buffalo's still the reigning of the three, I think, as far as that goes. That's our potential. Giants, I don't know where they're going to be at.
Rich, you got to be truthful. Buffalo's the only New York team that we have.
That is true. Yes, you are exactly right, Ted. They're the only team that plays in New York, so I'd say Buffalo for sure.
I'm not doing that. Hell no. I'm not doing that. Steelers are not on fire. Steelers just kept Mike Tomlin's job. Brian.
What?
Come on, man. Come on, man. You know what? Let me get this out the way.
The Brian Links.
Firing him?
Please, McQueeze, this joker.
No, to play the first link that with Chad Ochocinco against Ray Lewis.
I can't pause it to play it. That's why I haven't played it yet. The damn thing don't want to act right with your clip finding.
I was messing with you though, Rich. I know guys used to do that when I was in Korea. They would make bets on games, and they already knew who won, and somehow the people they were taking money from
yes, I remember this. When he went to I remember this. Yeah. He tried to block Ray Lewis. Got his bell rung.
You said he
hit big time. That's the one we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
Don't hit those big guys because you didn't see you coming. You didn't see him coming.
The only other game, Tim, that I ended up winning big. This is when I was still single, and when the Lakers were playing the Celtics, and Gerald Henderson, in the third game, he ended up changing it around with the Celtics ended up going back. I won big time on that game too.
Okay.
I hear you, Rich. Hang on, let me hear this. I gotta hear this. I'm sorry. You read the comments?
I hit Ray by accident.
By accident? Oh my God.
I thought I was gonna win because he didn't see me coming. What happened to you? I tried to hit Ray when he wasn't looking. Hey, I thought I got a good shot, but I failed. Something ain't right. Where? On that play, when Rudy's coming, I tried to blindside Ray. He ran me over.
Yeah. He said something ain't right.
Clocked him. He clocked him.
Yeah, that's no joke right there. You take a shot like that. Playing Sandlot, this kid did that to me. He's probably 245. I was pursuing someone and didn't see him and turned, and he just stood in front of me and wiped me off my feet.
Stonewall.
I had played flag I had played flag and didn't think people were big when I was 170. I ran into the dude at about 240. I was running hard. He was right there. I bumped into him. He didn't move, and I was in the air flying.
Right. Yeah.
And then when you land, you be sitting there like, okay, I need to reevaluate life and go back to class.
And like I got leveled once. Like when I was playing in high school, I was playing left defensive end, and I pretty much had tunnel vision. I went in for the play, like got past the tackle, and by the time I knew it, there was a play where the left guard does a pull, and I saw like I had a clear shot at the quarterback, and I was like tunnel vision. Next thing I know, bam! Like I got blocked. I was rolling.
Those are like minor car accidents and stuff like that. That's why I never played football. I was too afraid of breaking a bone. I mean, I was on the cross country team. I was watching football. It's like
but so far, only one person in the NFL that was a little guy that really made an impact on the big dude, and that was when Maurice Jones-Drew put that block on Sean Merriman. He said, "Yeah."
Mojo was no joke. He was no joke.
Yeah,
no joke.
Yeah, because
this week, man. What we going? We got 20 minutes left. Damn it. Y'all keep me up here 2 hours every damn week. Let's get to the point.
All right. Well, I mean, Ted has a lot of questions.
Brian stirs the pot.
No. I'm not stirring the pot. I am whisking the mix.
Whisking the mix.
I
Ted
am
has
whisking.
questions. Tim hasn't been here in a couple of weeks. You need to let Ted. Tim.
Yeah.
We gotta let Tim have the floor.
Tim, you got questions.
Right back.
You got statements you want to make. Bring them. Go ahead, Brian. You good?
We gotta let Tim have the floor.
Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I will wait until you all get going, and then I'll jump in.
You've been waiting for an hour. I didn't know if you had anything you wanted to put out there that you've noticed, anything that you've seen, any points that you've ever wanted to make during the time that you've been gone. That's why I was asking, honestly.
I got you. Yeah,
But
no.
Tim,
Yes,
what's the most significant game? My question to you, because what's the most significant game that you can see? Like for me, I don't care about any of the other games except the Bills beating Miami. But is there a significant game today, the last week?
Yeah, I tend to get tunnel vision. Like Alabama games and the Cowboys for the most part. So I kind of hang on and ride the roller coaster with the Cowboys and see what they're going to do, and hope that they aren't playing someone that has higher than a 500 record, and risk the major disappointment. But they pulled this one out with Detroit, so it's possible. I think that may be the beginning of something this year, and we may get past the first round and ultimately end up in the Super Bowl this year. And it may be the Ravens that's in there, that other team. I think
I slept on the Ravens all season. Right now, the radar for a lot of people is the Browns. The Browns, they sneaking back in there. Flacco's back to his old self. But they have us a Flacco wacko flames going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Flacco
the defense is blazing too.
And Ted had brought that up a couple of days ago in the chat. We got how he turned down going back to the Jets, I believe. Right, Ted?
No, the Jets turned him down.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. The Jets said to him,
True Armor is in the building. What's good, bro?
True Armor.
Last I saw True Armor, the Lingerie Bowl was in Atlanta. Good luck. I ain't going. What's up, bro?
He called. So right after the Aaron Rodgers 4 snaps coming in with the flag,
right?
Captain America game.
Yes.
He called the Jets to see if there was any interest. No, we're good. Thank you.
They should have been good with Aaron Rodgers. I'll give them that. But
after injury.
That's a damn shame.
After the injury.
But they invested in Zach Wilson and Mike White. Mike White hasn't really played this much.
No, Mike White went and signed with Miami.
So he's gone.
He was gone. The only option was Zach.
So the only 2 options for quarterback right now is Zach Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, and that's it.
Yeah.
There should have been a third one some damn where.
Well, they got someone from the practice squad. The GM, Aaron Rodgers, at the beginning of the season told them to sign Tim Boyle.
That's right. I did see Tim Boyle was up there.
Mm-hmm.
And they got Trevor Siemian. I forgot about that. They got Trevor Siemian.
And all those guys are gone now.
Right now it's Trevor Siemian and Brett Rippon.
Mm-hmm. So the other thing was the last night we were talking offline, and we said Gardner Minshew was signed for $3.5 million.
Small money. In NFL terms, that's small money.
How did the Jets, how are all these backups, which were so key, and this is Michael Bathurst brought this up on his broadcast on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
These backups, which are so key, which played such a huge part in this league, this year's this calendar year, the Jets whiffed on all of that.
Nobody wants to go down, I think. And then they're turning people down. Why would you want to go now? They're getting what they deserve.
Yeah.
In a lot of people's eyes. They were Super Bowl bound under Rex Ryan. He spoke on that. If anybody watches Real Sports with Brian Gumbel, it was about, I'll say 10 years ago now. They did an interview with him. He was talking about how they had everything in place to make it to the Super Bowl, and it just started getting rid of people.
And what's the deal? Thumbs down to HBO. They canceled Brian Gumbel's monthly show.
Brian Gumbel was going to retire. Mind you, he's been doing that for about 25 years.
Right. But still.
He's got 25 years of Good Morning America. Now he's got 25 years with HBO. It's 50 years of broadcast. What else is he going to say? As far as that show, and I will say this, I used to watch it religiously. Seriously, I used to watch it. There's nothing else for him to cover unless it's new. He doesn't have to do it every month. He could come back damn near every season.
Tony, 12 shows a year. Come on.
Yeah,
you let it.
But Ted,
I think he might start up his own broadcast.
I will tell you this. I will tell you to somebody who watched him from the beginning. There's nothing else for him to cover. He didn't cover skiing, climbing Mount Everest, gambling in sports.
I think he's a great football analyst and do the gameplay. Yeah,
I think that's BS.
And he doesn't do the opinion. All he does is the facts.
The facts.
That's all he does. He has nothing left to.
So you're gonna cancel a guy who
I don't think they canceled him. I think he's done. I think he's done. He's done 50 years of it.
And all the investigative reporters that fall under him,
they can do their own stories. He picked them all. He picked up Soledad O'Brien, which was phenomenal to me.
Right.
He picked up Soledad O'Brien. He picked up the Brat. That was phenomenal to me, honestly. If you watch all the shows Brian Gumbel did, there's nothing else for him to talk about. There really isn't. He done been all over the world, talking about every aspect of sports. The dirt behind soccer, how they make the soccer balls. It's a whole lot of child labor. They're doing it by stitching.
Well, you could say that about Jim Nantz and Dan Patrick too, Tony.
Right.
And they're still doing it. So I think he still could bring something to the table, though.
Right.
I think he might do his own. I think he might do his own podcast.
I think he's tired. I think he's
Dan
tired.
Patrick is setting his own calendar.
Oh yeah,
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
let him set his own calendar. You don't cancel him.
I don't think they canceled him. I really don't. I think he retired.
Oh, HBO? I wouldn't be surprised.
Check that about 2-3 years ago. See if he said. I think I saw something where he said he was going to retire. That's where I'm coming from.
Okay.
And
I hope so.
He covered so much on every damn sport. I'm so serious. Y'all can watch all of his shows over the past 25 years and tell me I'm lying. I'll tell you this as a fan. I used to watch it. Literally, I would be up like this.
Oh, same here. Same here.
Yes.
He could have asked for more money than he knew they were willing to pay. So
really, Mike. Thank you, Mike. That was you doing that, but I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, Brian Gumbel could cover a power slap league.
No, you can have that, Brian. That's all you. That's all you.
I don't think so, Brian. No.
You and JoJo. But honestly, Brian Gumbel covered so much. He even covered a chick that was born. It was a woman who was born in Chernobyl. Born with deformities, everything that she went through, and I think she got an Olympic medal. I don't know what else he can do, but he has had a phenomenal career. I know people crack on him or whatever, but if you watch his show, he don't do the opinions. They go out there, they talk to the people. They out there for a while. I'm quite sure they would give him a blank check and let him do what he wants to do, but I think he's tired. I really do.
That could be, yeah. Even though the fans want him and stuff like that, and I think he'd.
And I'm with you, Ted. I would love to keep watching it. I actually stopped. I don't even know what the hell else he's going to talk about. I really don't, man. He covered everything. He's the one that talked to the dude that said every major sport is fixed. Every last one of them, and they have been for decades. Football, basketball, NASCAR, horse racing, soccer, every major sport. And he was the one, every time I talk about when the guy was like, he was going to play soccer, they told him not to get his points. He was like, I gotta make the money. They was like, you won't if you're not able to walk. They pretty much threatened him. It was his show that I caught that on. When they talked about what's going on in Qatar and the Persian Gulf area, how they're shipping people in, surgically altering them to look like natives and making them work 10, 12 hours. All the major buildings you see down there, slave labor. He covered it. As a matter of fact, the kids of one of the princes, I think one of the kings, saw the show and when they asked their dad, is this really true? That was one of the follow-up episodes. I got all that mess off of Real Sports Brian. Y'all need to watch all that mess. You're bored. You're sitting up here. You don't talk to nobody. You don't deal with nobody. And you don't go nowhere. Sit your ass down and watch some Real Sports with Brian Gumbel for a month and tell me if I'm lying.
I need him to investigate that Alabama-Michigan game.
Ask him. He'll do it.
I got
Big Gregory answers. Watch. Mike,
That's good. That's good.
Mike, this is where I get on you, Mike. How do you know we're not sharing this on X when you know how to share on X?
Yes, we are.
How do you know
Mike.
this? How do you know this, Mike? Mike, you're a great advertiser. You're a great advertiser.
This is a football show.
Okay, let me ask a question. Is this really Michael Bathurst? Is this
Real Michael
really your Facebook?
This Mike, this started as a football show, but then morphed into the sports reporters.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like
insight. Sports
I like
insight.
I like
Yes.
that. Dude. I like that. I like that. We got football. You cover basketball with Danny Thompson. You got Brian over there with the pumps. I like that. That's how you properly.
So, Tim, saying about football, Tim and Ted, what do you guys think about the upcoming in March 30th, the USFL?
Good question, Rich.
I gotta get into it. I gotta start doing my homework because I'm guessing we're going to continue Bell Kings through the year, and we can cover.
I was saying that last year to Tony as far as that goes too with the USFL.
UFL.
That is such Rich's field. He stayed on it more than I will, and I have to credit Rich. I wanted to. There was nothing I could say. I was like, what am I going to talk
you got to know the teams.
You got to know the teams.
Right, yeah.
Rich
was doing your homework.
That is Rich's world. Rich has the USFL.
Yeah.
I mean, the UFL.
I'm loving the St. Louis team. They're the team I'm riding, So they got some good. They play some good football too. I don't care what Michael says about them, but USFL.
Ted, I gotta ask you a question. Go ahead.
Or what it's the UFL, I should say, the UFL.
Ted, I gotta ask you a question.
I think they're going to be. It's a progression. They're combining two groups together where they had to do a little finagling with the Houston teams there because Houston, they're really entrenched in.
It has been confirmed and clarified, so they're going to break it down. So yeah, we did have the Houston Gamblers and the Roughnecks, but they're going to go ahead and proceed with the Roughnecks.
Roughnecks, yeah.
They're a
good team. They're a good, yeah. And I'm just saying, I'm looking forward to this. As far as I was a little surprised. I don't remember them saying anything about combining it because I wasn't really following it with the NFL season going on. But this is great news. And this could be a segue right after March. Well, March Madness, I think that's going to supersede this because I'm a March Madness fan there. But there's still a lot of sports to go on to, and we talked about this last year, Tony and I, as far as carrying it out through. You can still continue the broadcast and stuff like that.
It shouldn't be just 20 weeks.
Just for the record, Mike, I got this on my Twitter. Why are you asking me that?
Mike, I'm also sharing it.
Yes.
And I just shared Tony's tweet. Just go to Tony's.
I got everybody's channels linked. I appreciate y'all for having channels on there. Mike, you know these things. What are you doing? Where are you going? You change your meds? Have you drank your water this morning? Did you sleep last night? What's going on? Talk to me.
Who stole your kombucha tea?
Yeah. Have you had your echinacea today? Your ginkgo biloba. I don't know what's going on. No, for real. The UFL, honestly, Rich covered that last year. Big ups to Rich for covering the XFL and USFL last year. I said we follow his league because he'll be on it more than I will. Based on what's going on, I didn't have much to cover. There wasn't much for me to say. It was legitimate football. I did do a couple of short clips on it. Had no debate with it. Couldn't contest it. People thought it was boring because it wasn't the NFL, but they played good games from what I saw. And I think Rich was the one that was telling either Rich or Mike that was telling me how St. Louis had the biggest crowd, I believe.
Well, the St. Louis Battlehawks survived the 200. This is Sports Illustrated. Yeah, they survived the 2020 version of the XFL, and the Battlehawks survived the 2023 version of the XFL. Now St. Louis is one of the 4 XFL teams that has been invited to play in 2024 USFL, which is merging between the XFL. I mean, every time I watched the St. Louis team, their stands were freaking packed. And I'm thinking, wow. And this is the first year with them. The other teams, they were, I'm not too hip about having one location and stuff because
like they do with Birmingham. Yeah.
Birmingham, they had the fan base there where the other teams that was a disadvantage. But and the thing of it is, we're hearing how the NFL is drawing from that talent even this season.
Yes. Yes.
Because they're the big money. They're like the WWE of football. They're the big money.
But what really needs to happen is they need to embrace, because okay, you can't have USFL and XFL, so you combine it. NFL needs to embrace it as the feeder, the feeder league.
The USFL
Developmental.
they had their own. They were taking losses, so they had to find a way to decrease the loss, combine and draw the audience together.
And I think it was ingenious with holding all your games in Birmingham, because then you don't have to pay all the high cost of expenses.
There's a cost factor. Yeah, I agree with
all
that.
This other stuff.
But you can't have every season like that.
No, you can't. And then it's also good for you to have Fox and NBC covering this cost, helping you, broadcast your games and the like.
Mm-hmm.
It's all what we talked about before. It's all about skin in the game.
It is about skin in the game. I think they need more than one location. Birmingham was good because Birmingham is always welcoming to new teams for football. If we haven't noticed anything over the past 23, 24 years, they did that with the original XFL.
With the Stallions.
I'm surprised that AAF didn't come up. It's one of the other leagues that tried to come in. And I see
the AAF was great.
Put the XFL, the USFL, and the AAF together with the
Wasn't it Ebersol's son?
I'm not sure who it was, but it didn't last.
I think it was Ebersol's son. They ran out of money.
You got cities that want teams that don't want to deal with the NFL. This is where The Rock is going to capitalize big time to me. And if you really want to hurt some feelings, you really want to do something crazy, find a city like Las Vegas that's growing and people are going to and put it.
There's possibilities there down the line. Like I said, I think even the NFL, when the XFL was first starting as the one of the original spring leagues and stuff, they didn't even touch it. Now they're talking about it because there's some and with the fan base, there's some legitimacy and stuff. What's your take on it, Tim? As far as the USFL, USFL, FL?
Before Mike asks me again, Tim.
It seems like it has been a feeder for the NFL. A few people that I've seen. I know like Cowboys have two guys that came from there, the kicker and Cavante Turpin, the return guy. But I honestly, it's one of those things where I have to be sitting there and flipping through the TV and I see it, and then I may watch it, but I don't go out of my way to find those games for some reason. They just haven't drawn me in.
Okay, gotcha.
One reason or another. I can't really explain it.
I think it's because of the NFL primarily. Mike, to answer your question, the future quarterbacks of the NFL right now, I want to say Stroud, Jalen Hurts, Tua. We got a resurgence. We got a resurgence in Geno and Tyrod, so I can't call them the future, but we have a bit of a resurgence with them. And I think I'm gonna stick with Goff for a minute in that mix.
Don't forget what's the name? He played reckless this year, but he showed a lot of upside. Richardson.
Anthony Richardson. Yeah, once he gets healthy, yes, those definitive ones. But CJ Stroud and Stroud are the man right now.
Okay. Did you guys see who was running? Who's going to be at the head of the USFL for the past two seasons? Daryl Johnson, the former Pro Bowl fullback, and Fox has handled the day-by-day operations, but he's embracing the new challenge as head of the USFL football operations. So right there, that guy is a premier guy right there.
The CFL was actually brought in to merge with the XFL, and they turned it down. I did see that story a couple of years ago.
Remember?
Yeah, that's now. Mind you, the CFL
like about 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
They're holding them. They're holding their own. The CFL is doing fine.
Yeah.
They don't need the XFL, but I would have loved to have seen that for more of an international competition that the people are looking for the same way hockey has it. I think that would have made a lot of sense, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like the AAF. I mean, like I love that league because I still have my T-shirt, the San Antonio Commanders.
Yeah, y'all had a team. You got Orlando, you got San Antonio. For the love of God,
San Diego
had Alabama all you want, but Birmingham keeps drawing in NFL teams. Is anybody else noticing that? Is anybody else noticing that besides me? Birmingham will welcome any and every team, and y'all don't want to put one there. The hell is y'all doing?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The hell is
Um,
Orlando needs one. They've been there forever. You got Disney. Orlando could be just as big as Vegas if y'all did right.
yeah.
Where you gonna put?
I mean,
that bad boy. That's the truth. I'm gonna think about it.
but yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward. I'm really excited the XFL USFL merger. I mean, because now that they split it up, the Roughnecks are going to be on the USFL side, which would make sense. That way, you're still kind of honoring and paying homage to the gamblers.
Yes.
Yes.
So that does make sense. And man, if you get some teams from the AFL, that would be cool too. But then there'll be a conflict because you had the San Antonio Commanders, then you got the San Antonio Brahma.
Right.
Which I thought was a bowl until Tony told me.
It is a bull. You thought
It is a bowl.
no, I
Brahma
thought
Bowl.
okay. I thought it was a chicken.
it was
That's
a
right.
chicken.
It was the opposite. I thought it was a chicken or something like that. Tony corrected me.
Yeah, because yeah, my buddies and I were talking about. We're like, yeah, now we could go to a San Antonio anytime we want now. Go watch an away game.
Yeah.
But we'll watch San Antonio only. We're not going to go to Arlington to watch that.
There's Mike.
That godforsaken crap of land called Dallas.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's Mike saying the CFL means comedy. No, I like the CFL. I watch the CFL. He's a Canadian. He's ragging on his own
because the league gets laughed at by a lot of people.
No, I think it's just from the football stand, it's a different style play and stuff like that. But I think the more you watch it, it just and I think by watching the CFFL, that's why I was drawn to the XFL and the USFL, and even more so with the new league starting now and stuff like that. It's good football. It's some good play. Sometimes you get a bad game, but for the most part, I think these games, and I agree. You got to be drawn in, like Tim said. If you don't have any interest, like at first I'm like, okay, I'm watching an occasional game, but when there's nothing else on, and I guess I'm at that point in my life where I really enjoy sitting down and watching a good football game.
Yes.
Yes.
And again, the CFL has been around too,
Yeah,
so they've
exactly,
been
and
they
got some great players. There's some great players that have come out of the CFL into the NFL as far as that goes.
Well, then also too, there's other guys that hit rock bottom that pretty much are like, all right, I'll go to the CFL. I mean, Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Well, Johnny. I'll start with Johnny. All right, y'all. Let's wrap this up. We had two.
But he hit rock bottom.
We had 2 hours. Let's wrap this up. Final thoughts this week. Game starting in 13 minutes. Go.
I'll start. I'm just going to say, go Bills, and win the division. And thank you, Tony, as always, for inviting me up. It's been a great season as far as that goes. We finished up the 18th week and stuff like that, and I feel very honored to be with the other gentlemen here, Tim, Ted, Brian, and Michael when he's up here. I think this is a very greater success. Last year was great. This is even greater. So we're getting great.
Season,
so this is good to cross feeds off other individuals there on the sport that we love. Thank you.
I appreciate you riding along as somebody who had no idea what fantasy football really was about and trying to learn. I do thank you for that, honestly, man. We've been watching each other, supporting each other for almost 3 years now. I'm grateful.
You're welcome, Tony. My
Brian,
pleasure.
your thoughts. And no more damn clips, just your thoughts, damn it.
Well. No, overall though, I mean, best of luck to the teams out there, especially best of luck to the Tennessee Titans to knock off the Jacksonville Jaguars, so that way Houston become the AFC South champions and go all the way.
Gotcha. Ted, what you got, bro?
2 things. The Jets are going to curb stomp the Patriots today.
They need to.
In the Bill, I was about to say Parcells, Bill Belichick reign, in the 17-game losing streak against the Patriots. You know, I don't believe any of this stuff I'm saying, folks. All right. And no, I just look forward to Wild Card Weekend. I look forward to the fun shouldn't stop with Bell Kings. Let's do it through the playoffs. Let's run it through the playoffs. Do some analysis of some of these teams. We can do deep dives and everything else like that. And it's a pleasure being on this panel with you fine gentlemen. And lastly, shout out to Nonsensical Nonsense. We're gonna work out our schedule. Your agent will call my agent. I'm coming up there to make my 2024.
If you don't hurry up before I get in his ass, if you don't hurry up and finish your
2024 appeance.
I'm gonna give him
I'm coming.
I'm taking a nap for that one.
I'm on Glick's ass. Tim, hold on 1 second, bro. You got the last word, but I'm on Glick's ass. I got on him last night.
You did?
Yeah, I got on him last night. He ain't been up here all damn season. I've been up there on his show this season more than he's been on mine. I got on his case. Don't talk to me about no bullshit ass podcasts, some sorry ass podcasts, some weak ass podcasts, the shit we do up in here, and you don't even want to be there for people. The same way we were there for your monkey ass. Shave your beard. Congratulations on everything. You still talk too much and stop drinking so much beer. I'm on your ass. I'm sorry. Tim, you're up.
Yeah, I don't take light beer drinkers seriously.
Oh man, fire from the hills.
Yes.
But I would say, even though the Belichick reign may be over in New England, he probably is the most masterful defensive planner and schemer there is. You know, Tom Brady helped them win games. They needed each other. Well, he needed Brady to really pull things off.
Yeah.
But it still has been impressive to see them face teams of any caliber and defensively put together something that was great to watch. But I would also add Bryce Young to that list that Tony had of the quarterbacks. Even though this year has been difficult, there have been, in my opinion, some flashes that indicate he's getting more comfortable and the pressure is wearing off. I think he's not feeling as much pressure. And when I say pressure, I think about the idea of Joshua Dobbs. When he bounced around this year, there was nothing to lose. So he just balled out and he played street ball.
He did that one game with the Vikings. I agree with that. Yes, sir. I agree with that.
Until Minnesota put a little pressure that we need you to settle in. We need you to be the guy now. So we need to get out of the street ball mindset. And things kind of fell apart. So now he isn't starting anymore. Yeah, exactly. And similarly for Flacco at this point, because even though he does have a track record, he's won a Super Bowl. At this point, coming off the street, there's no pressure. I mean, what are the Browns going to do without him at this point? So he doesn't have any pressure. So it's easy to perform when you aren't looking over your shoulder. And essentially, there's nothing to lose at that point. And I think that was valuable and beneficial for him. Having Amari Cooper doesn't hurt either, because I don't think he's coverable, really. Cooper, not if he's got someone that can get the ball to him.
Man, listen.
With that,
that's yes, I agree with that. Yeah. Amari Cooper is 100% healthy. Him and Flacco can work it out. Ted, I just saw what you put up there. Tim, were you done? I'm sorry. I mean,
yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
We brought this up before. Devontae Adams to the Jets for a couple of trades. I see that happen if Devontae Adams wants to go. The Raiders are going to fight to keep him. I don't see them getting rid of him without having some major picks. To give up major picks. If Aaron Rodgers is going to be healthy and stay there, cool. We don't even know if he's going to stay healthy the way he popped his damn leg this season already. So they may be careful with making that move, but I would like to see that.
I think that happens. That's probably the first order of business this offseason.
I would think it would be. But who would they get rid of? I was just looking at the Jets roster. Jesus Christ.
No, you just give them picks because there's so much money that's owed.
There's money that's owed, but can the Jets afford it? Sure they can. But does anybody want to be there? Yeah. You want to play with Aaron Rodgers, but what if he ain't playing? Then you're going to be pissed like Dalvin Cook was. I can't believe they lost Dalvin Cook. Imagine Dalvin Cook, Devontae Adams, and everybody else on that damn squad. Super Bowl. I said
fix that O-line first.
They got to fix the O-line. That's fine. And see, if you're somebody – let me stop because I ain't on the field. Gentlemen, I appreciate y'all being here. Look, I honestly got to admit, your league is the only league still going right now. A lot of what we covered today is going to be for those of us who are playing in your league, even though you get on my nerves. and you got too many tattoos to cover up the BS of your life. But I understand that we still homeboys. We came up last night. We tripped out. That was fun. That was cool, gentlemen. I thank each and every last one of y'all. Everybody who's been in the chat. Bathurst, you had a link. You didn't come up. You better be sick. And no, I'm not bringing you on camera. Hell no. This is the part that makes me sick. This is the part that
It continues.
right here.
It continues.
This is the part of you all that make me sick right here. You got 5 minutes. And don't talk slow.
So good to see you all. Thank you for being here. What a beautiful crowd we have here. Thank you.
This is cool.
This is the best.
I need a countdown clock.
Can I ask? I just want to ask questions. I don't want to say anything. I just want
Mike,
to ask questions.
Can I ask you a question first,
No,
please?
no.
Is it about something about the Texans?
No, it's not about the Texans.
Mike Evans? Did you know
CJ
he's
Stroud? No.
Oh, okay.
Something we can cover. Something we can cover on your broadcast.
Okay.
I saw how
Does
Ted
the
did that
NFL
right
have
there.
a problem?
I saw how Ted did that right there. I saw what you did, Ted.
What?
I saw what you did, Ted.
Wait, does the NFL
Yes.
and the 4 major sports
Yes.
have a problem? Because Gen Z doesn't care about sports. They care about their screens. I wanna do a deep dive with you and maybe a few of it doesn't have to be today, it could be next week. They don't care.
They don't care. You're right.
They're not attending church. They're not buying homes. They're not doing anything.
Tim,
they're living in their little micro apartments and everything else like that.
But you know what? You got your whole life is out of whack. You're not worried about if Taylor Swift is going to marry Travis. That's what matters.
That's what matters.
That's what matters. You've got your priorities all upside down.
So I want to talk with you about that. About
okay,
millennials and Gen Z.
Okay. Can I ask Tim a question?
Yeah. I'll turn my mic off. That was the only thing.
Thank you so much. Tim, this is...
Yeah.
I notice you have a fascination with the Cowboys. I have a love for the Cowboys. Okay. Do you think there is a chance they can make the final?
There's a chance. There's always a chance. I think one of the good parts about it is Jerry isn't selling tickets to the Super Bowl this year like he did, or giving away tickets. I think he was offering Super Bowl tickets about 4 or 5 years ago, as though Dallas was absolutely going to be there. But there's a chance. There's a chance. And like I said, I think this Detroit game could be the turning point that's needed. You know, the pathway to the championship and being the greatest, you always have to have some adversity. And some of it, you can't really consider adversity. It was just falling apart and fumbling the ball along the way. But Detroit was more a game of adversity, I would say, and they managed to get through it. And I look for moments like that in games. Even the Alabama game, when I heard what Milroe said before the game, I was like, oh no. When I saw them not get that interception at the beginning, and there were a couple other plays that was just like, okay, these are divine moments that are indicators that, hey, things are not going our way. And I think that could be one of those games for the Cowboys this year.
Okay. Are you happy with some of the players that they've got this year? Do you feel like they're going to have to change offensively to be better? Because I think they're depending too much on CD Lamb. Like he is one of the best receivers in the world right now.
Okay, we're going to extend this show. Let's go. I know you didn't just say that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he is. He's one of he's a top 5 for sure receiver in the league, I believe. And I think once he matured after Cooper left, that gave him the opportunity to show it. You know, you could see too much frustration. He was in his head too much in the beginning. But as far as having the pieces, they probably do. I think they have the pieces already. And of course, they're going to get to add some during the draft this year. But I think they have the pieces. It's just a matter of the mindset. And we've seen a couple times where the coaching put them in bad positions as well. The decision-making created some problems along the way. for the Cowboys, I think.
I want to add to that if you don't mind. Tim, will you finish?
Go ahead. Yeah,
Okay, I didn't
absolutely.
want to cut you off. They actually had CeeDee Lamb ranked as one of the number one receivers in the NFL at the beginning of the season. I questioned it based on his previous seasons. This season, he has shown it. He's got the most. I think he broke the franchise record for receiving yards this season with the Cowboys. Somebody check that. I think he did do that. Mike, I know you said they depended on him too much. He wants them to. They drafted him as one of their top receivers ever. I think he is their number one receiver. He is working on being the new Michael Irving of their squad. He's actually
He broke his record last
yes.
week.
And
Yeah.
when he was getting drafted,
Mhm.
when I was in the other leagues that I was in, I picked players out of the draft. That's why y'all hear me say the name so much. I picked him just off of what I saw from the highlight reel. He hasn't disappointed me yet. He really hasn't. He wants to be the man. I don't think they're depending on him too much. He wants that pressure because he wants to get it. He wants to make sure it happens. Him and Brandon Cooks as their wide receivers, phenomenal. Because Brandon Cooks is so way overdue from when he was down there in Texas. Brian, am I lying? Wasn't he with the Texans?
He's sick. He's sickened by all this cowboy talk. He just
Brandon
went. And
Cooks has been everywhere.
Well, CeeDee Lamb on that game against Detroit, 24-year-old officially set the Cowboys franchise records for both receptions, 122, and receiving yards, 1,651 in a single season. It's a real moment, Lamb said after winning via a team transcript.
Yeah,
I think it's the number he's wearing. He wore number 80.
He's wearing Michael Irvin's number. He's wearing Michael Irvin's number. And he was doing what Dez Bryant was
It's his number now.
No, it's still Max. It's going to be Max. No, he ain't get shit. He ain't get a Super Bowl yet. He got to get 3 Super Bowls to make it his number. He got to get 3 of them. I'm not having that. I'm not having it. He's there. Dez Bryant was trying to do it. Dez Bryant was on the way before he got hurt. CeeDee Lamb did what he needed to do. Now he's trying to do what needs to be done for the franchise, in my opinion. And I'll say it like that on purpose because when you get drafted top, you want to prove your worth. I think he's done it. Previous seasons, he was dropping the ball. He was pissing me off. But that
was his immaturity.
Yes. And it's not so much the immaturity. It's about the being comfortable with the position and then the team relying on you. Everything's falling in his way. So this is good for them. Brandon Cooks is excellent to be out there with him. He'll look like Michael Irvin and Joey Galloway did back in the day. See, that's how long I've been watching the Cowboys. For all y'all think I'm bandwagoning, the hell with y'all. They can do this, even with Tony Pollard. Dak is looking very well amongst all criticisms. The only problem with their team right now is you
getting Jake Ferguson
of your predecessors, if you will. That's the only thing against the Cowboys. We know that we're waiting on them to mess up. Prove to us that you don't mess up or can't mess up or won't mess up. Let me just say won't mess up. You're going to have stuff happen in football. The previous Cowboys recovered. You all don't look like you recover well enough. And yeah, we know it's any given Sunday, but you all have been looking in sync for a Super Bowl for about 5 seasons now. Let's be 1,000. But this is actually waiting to happen. You right now are running your division. You have to lose for the Eagles to get in, and the Eagles are just in the Super Bowl. So the ball's in the Cowboys' court.
Yeah, utilize Jake Ferguson a lot.
Come up in the damn beginning because you're going to wait till the end. I'm supposed to be going, and now I got to keep talking. All right,
Tony, poor Brian has tried to get in twice, and you just
Brian,
you barreled over him.
I did.
He's emotional when you talk about the Cowboys.
I know. I feel like Chad Ochocinco right now.
You should. You don't know what happened.
Something ain't right. No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like as far as the passing game. Like spread the ball out evenly, but it's still you have Jake Ferguson who is like your safety valve. So if CeeDee Lamb's covered, Brandon Cooks is covered, Pollard, he's been blocked up, and then because there've been numerous of times where Jake Ferguson would be open. I'm like, throw it to Ferguson. Utilize Jake Ferguson.
You got to utilize Jake Ferguson.
And I think one of the biggest things though that has happened for the Cowboys that really didn't appear to be present in recent years is the camaraderie, and they appear to be playing for one another at this point. And I
could see that too. I'm not even a Cowboy fan. I agree with that totally. As far as you see the sidelines and stuff, exactly, Tim.
Right. When guys play for one another and they care about one another, it's hard to be the team that's united and working together like that and enjoying themselves. But before, it didn't feel like they had that. previously, especially before Dan Quinn got there. So I think that's a big part of what's happening as well, and that can take you a long way, even if you don't have all the top tier players in all the key positions. If you have at least a couple, but I think they have more than enough to go all the way with it. And like I said, these decision making at critical points in the game, that's been a problem though. And if that can get cleaned up, they'll be okay.
Right.
Tony, can I ask a question? Not a statement, just a question. Okay, thank you. I'll take that as a yes. Fireman Rich, I didn't get to hear because I was busy. I had a few people. I'm really excited to know about next year who you think is going to be the most dynamic New York team.
I
And
think
will
the
the
Bills
curse
will continue. I think the Bills will continue. The Jets have the possibility of. There's always a possibility next season, but I think the Bills, with this up and down season, I would say continuing with the Bills and stuff like that. The Giants, they got to dig out of a hole and stuff. They got a lot to go. The Jets are more promising than the Giants right now, so it's the Giants. It'll be the Bills, Jets, and then the Giants in that order from a New York fan.
I want to thank Fireman Rich for everything he does. He's one of those guys like the glue at the back of the scene here. Nobody knows. We know. We cry most nights. Tony is the barrel with the we won't go there. Okay, so let's imagine Joe. Hi, how you doing? Joe Flacco wins the Super Bowl. Let's say he wins it. No, just let me finish. He wins the Super Bowl. Will we then get rid of Aaron Rodgers and sign Joe Flacco to where he should have been when they could have got him for $1.44 and a couple of bags of chips?
How about our New York Jets senior advisor answer?
He won the Super Bowl. The Browns won't let him go.
No, it doesn't matter what. It matters what Aaron wants. Don't you realize that?
Watch what
Aaron
happens.
gets what Aaron wants.
Yeah, but Mike, to answer that, I think if you look at what Tim said about gelling, I think Flacco, he is probably gelling a lot better with the Cleveland team than he did with the Jets because
we got to figure that out.
It's a major factor. I'm not sure what it is, and it probably comes down to he gets along with the team a lot better and stuff.
You know why it works? Veteran players. I didn't think about that. That team is full of veteran players. Full. The Browns are full of veteran players.
Yeah.
That won a championship. They look like how the original Carolina Panthers did. All of them were a bunch of veterans, and they went to the playoffs. Now back when Kevin Green and all them, would remember that when they first started?
Yeah.
They're full of veteran players. So Cleveland and the sports supporters are talking about that. This may be one of the most dangerous teams out right now. They just might be. We had our eyes everywhere else, and the NFL snuck something in there like that with Joe Flacco. And Joe Flacco looking like he's been resurged. This is actually good for Cleveland. And Cleveland is one of those hungry teams that hasn't been in the playoffs, the finals, the championships in decades. This is a great story. This is a moneymaker.
You know what I love, Tony? Is that you said the Browns were going to win this year.
When did I say
You said that they were going to take the world on fire. And there was this wonderful quarterback.
I think in the beginning you mentioned.
You did. You said this wonderful quarterback was going to take them all the way. You just had the wrong name. You had the wrong name. And then there was some guy named Chubb or something who's no longer there either. And what's really important is to pay a quarterback way more money than he's worth and have him sit. I think that's important for the Browns. What do you guys think?
I think Deshaun Watson, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but this was supposed to be his season. This really was.
It was, according to you.
The Browns. Yeah, this was supposed to be his season.
Deshaun Watson's done.
What? Oh, Brian, he said something. Go ahead, Brian.
Deshaun Watson's done.
Why would you say that?
I mean, because with all the off the field shenanigans and everything, and then plus, like, even when he was really healthy, he still played like dog shit. Glick could testify to that. In
Cleveland.
In Cleveland.
Okay.
In Cleveland. So Deshaun Watson, he'd be lucky if he made third string quarterback. If he
Wow.
I mean, he might be the Blaine Gabbert of the league.
Okay, Brian, while we got you here, are you excited about next year?
I am very excited
When
next year, sir.
Tank Dell comes back, and Nico Collins, and a guy named C.J. Stroud, who was considered to be a bum and not intelligent enough to be in the league.
You know what I just figured out?
What?
You know what I just figured out, Mike?
What?
You're pulling the JoJo on us with football. Good
No
job.
way. No, come on, man.
Good job.
We're good. We're good. Hey, come on. You're painting me ugly again. Tim?
Good job. Good job.
Tim calls me the disruptor. You're like a whole other...
You are a straight Romulan disruptor right now.
Wow. Whoa.
Oh, yeah. So Brian, are you excited, though? Tell me the truth.
I am very excited. I'm very confident. It's like what I've been saying all year. I'm confident in the team. I'm confident. I said, even though, yes, without the key players such as Tank Dells, but I kept saying, we'll be fine. We're okay.
He did say that from the beginning of the season. I have to give you that, Brian. You were very confident on the Texans from day one. You were.
Yeah, because
correct.
Yeah, because the energy that D'Amico Ryans put in. I mean, all the guys. I mean, think about it. I mean, it's full circle. From Alabama, became a Houston Texan, played with the Texans, then ended up going to Philly, played with them for a little bit, played with another team. Then after that, he like quietly retired. Then became a linebackers coach for the 49ers. Then later became defensive coordinator. And that same year, he's been to the Super Bowl with the 49ers. And so now and now he's head coach full circle back to the team that gave him the opportunity.
Yeah. You can't beat the story like that.
But you know what I'm excited about? This is what I'm excited about. First year as a coach, right? Starting quarterback.
Rookie.
Tank Dell, coolest name ever, got injured right away. And zero respect from Tony D. Zero respect when we used to talk about it.
I didn't
talk about this team called the Titans. Who are the Titans?
We remember.
And then on top of that, so you got a rookie head coach. You have good rookie and outstanding players on the offense, but then also too, let's talk about the Texas defense, led by Will Anderson Jr.
For it. Yes.
So the defense, you stopped on the run. Now, like I said, I was really mind blown because like how back-to-back games with Tennessee, they shut Derrick Henry down. When in the last few years, Derrick Henry would have a field day against the Texans on the run.
I got you.
But they shut him down. Jonathan Taylor last night, hey, props to him and props to the Colts offensive line. Jonathan Taylor almost got 200 yards. That's the most anybody's gotten on the Texans this year.
Wow.
I hope so.
But other than that, I'm very confident. Last night was really good. I drank a lot. So even though I got invited to come up to Glick, I talked to him last night, like in that teeter line of buzzing and drunkenness.
You were drunk.
But I'm like, hey, I
to get you to come up.
Yeah, and I said I'm celebrating. So yeah, I spoke with Glick and everything. So he's cool with it. But overall, I'm very optimistic. And now looking at the how the playoff schedule is, we're playing Cleveland yet again. So there'll be a lot of shit talking between Glick and I, as we were when we were going against head to head in fantasy, and as we were when, yes, I give props to Cleveland. They really did beat us down. So I heard nothing but Glick all that weekend going. So now we're going again. Now we're going head to head again. I'm going to be talking. I'm going to be spouting. So, but then, damn, he's got Michigan too. Jesus Christ.
You think they'll get Dallas Turner in the draft?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Everybody's talking about like Marvin Harrison Jr. too. So, but yeah.
Can I ask Tim a question now? Is that okay? Is that okay? I only have so much time, so I'm curious. I wasn't around, and then I want to ask the real Ted Hicks, a question before we go, and it's very emotional. Okay, so Tim, here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Purple Rain. No, that's a different. Sorry, that's a different show. Sorry. Sorry, I got lost there. So, was it Purple Rose the other one?
Purple Rose.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yep.
Inside joke here, guys. Sorry. So if you had to say one player this year who was the greatest disappointment out of the whole league, you can name up to three, but number one, who is the biggest disappointment this year?
From what perspective? Because I don't
Whatever perspective you want.
biggest disappointment in the league this year. I would say for the Panthers fans is probably Bryce Young because I'm sure they
Agreed.
had high expectations of him. Then I would say who? Let me think. Who else would I say would be big disappointments? Aaron Rodgers, not his fault. He got injured.
I'm trying to count players who
What's
didn't get injured. I'm trying to count players who didn't get injured. My disappointments.
Mm,
I'm taking the injury aspect out of it. As I think about it, because Rodgers and Deshaun Watson come ahead first. But I like what you said about Bryce Young. Season just was not even necessarily his fault, in my opinion. But go ahead, please.
right. So I guess if I take the injury out, yeah, Bryce Young, and then who else would it be?
Feeling.
Devontae Adams overall, because I think there were higher expectations of him. As great of a player as he is, I don't think he. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me go back.
I want to say
Because I know there were
Dalvin Cook. He didn't get the ball
Dalvin
enough.
Cook.
Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams. He
He had like
Wasn't-
3 quarterbacks, Tim. Come on.
I know, but that's what I'm
There was-
saying.
there was-
And it isn't his fault though. And that's why I say that. And
Yeah.
see, this
That's
is
how
why
DeAndre Hopkins
one of the reasons
felt.
I hate fantasy football is because it just
Mhm.
completely changes the dynamics of watching football. Everything is like, I need my points. I don't care if you win or not. I just need my points.
You need your points.
That's
yeah.
why I said Devontae.
The battle cry for fantasy football.
But Devontae, he's a top 3 receiver. So at the end of the day, but so let me take fantasy out of it. Okay, so not Devontae Adams, but Dalvin Cook, I would say, because even though I think he's one that disappointed people, being what he did at Minnesota, people expected something similar from him. But
That's a damn good, Brian. Appreciate you.
yeah. And
All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta my job on the pit.
all right,
We
so
good, dude.
Brian,
Appreciate
I'll
you.
show photos.
think of me this week. I want us to get together and do a show.
Gotcha.
Okay? And Tony can come too as long as he doesn't do this.
Oh, I'm going to do a lot.
All right. Adios, boys.
Peace.
Everybody out in the cheap seats.
Later.
Adios.
And then there were 5.
You said Dalvin Cook, but who else you said, Tim?
yeah, Dalvin, Bryce, and I need to think about that. As far as because when you say biggest disappointment, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Are you
That's-
speaking
that's
this
a
player
strong-
or in general, period?
See,
Hmm.
when you go, oh, sorry.
Is he saying player or is he just talking about big seasons right now?
I'm not talking
Player.
about his personal life. I'm talking about in NFL. And again, you hijacked that. Oh, wait, this is your broadcast. That's me hijacking.
Thank you.
Sorry. So
Dalvin, he sort of throw the New England Patriots as a franchise, man, as a disappointment.
you guys forgot the best person to be disappointed in.
Who?
Well, Rashid Shaheed for me then is the other one.
No.
You got Mike.
No, actually, Alvin Kamara was a disappointment.
How about this? Overpaid quarterbacks. Do you know one?
Yeah. We
Do
know
you
a
know
whole
a
bunch
few
of
overpaid quarterbacks?
Underpaid running backs.
You
Underpaid.
imagine getting $30 million, okay?
Mhm.
You'd be better to get 3 guys that are half decent, pay them 10 each.
Mhm.
Then you got a greater chance of finding a Joe Flacco. That's all you need is a Joe Flacco.
Aaron Rodgers got
And then
hurt.
you have lived, right? Right? But you pay these guys like Aaron Rodgers, right? And another guy that's on the is it the Browns? And somebody was talking about him like he was the next Messiah. I think his name was Tony D. And
Take it.
he,
That's right.
but
You
you
know
know
what?
what? You were right. You were intuitive. You were on the right plane. Like you were basically in the Palladian star system. You are an empath. I don't doubt that at all. No,
Honestly,
I think
Bryce, he had Dalvin. And like I said, I don't want to use. I want to say disappointment just by playing like he was supposed to. There weren't any issues or concerns. Bryce Young was. I don't know what's going on with the team.
Tennessee just scored.
Tennessee just scored, but New England Patriots. I thought they were going to be better than what they're doing. I have to admit that. The New England Patriots issues that I've noticed or seen. I thought they were going to be better than right. The Vikings do not look like they did last season.
No.
Last season they were a threat, and I don't mean a threat. Bully walking. They were supposed to be a problem.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns supposed to be there. Deshaun Watson wasn't where they're supposed to. They're a very big disappointment, but he also got hurt, so I'm not going to use it again. The Eagles might all season, but they had injuries, correct?
No, every time I brought it up, I felt like Slim Whitman. You know, every time I tried to bring something, I felt like Rodney Dangerfield. At the beginning of the year, I said, I have a strong feeling that quarterbacks will not be around. They're gone.
I think you did say that, yes.
All the key players, I did. And you guys went, Michael, step away from the pipe.
We did.
Step away from the pipe.
Well, it was at the beginning of the season too, Mike.
I know,
why
but that's intuition.
Yeah.
That's what I said. And then I said I have a really strong feeling about the Steelers, which made no sense to me.
No, it came to true. For me, it was mid-season. I remember you saying that. And it's like the beginning of season, I guess I just look at it. You can make all the predictions because nobody's, but that was a good call as far as the quarterback.
And then I also said that they were going to have horrendous year, the Chiefs, this year. Horrendous. That was my exact words. And I said, for some reason, Philly doesn't seem to be present. They're not there. They're giving, even when they were winning, I was going, they're giving us like 5. Am I making you sick here, Tim? I'm sorry.
No, I just saw one of my guys is not supposed to play today, but they had it showing us getting points. And I'm wondering why he has no carries so far. And the first quarter is almost over. So, okay. So my bad, Mike. I didn't mean
No, it's okay.
It's actual fantasy football play.
We're here for your pain. So explain your pain.
I mean, I'm just in the championship, and I have a guy that after the game starts, they say he's probably not going to play.
That's not good.
Your pain.
We're here for your pain, brother. So I want to ask a serious question to Ted, and then I won't ask another question. I'll stay the hell out of it. I promise.
I'll PayPal.
Ted, this is an honest, and anybody can jump in, and this is a serious question. My prediction in the next 3 years is one of the biggest franchises going to be, you ready, out of Washington.
I can believe
Agreed.
I could be.
It is going to be a
Agreed.
friggin' monster.
Agreed.
And they have all the heartstrings. They have all the connections. They know what they're doing. As much as my best friend up here, Fireman Rich, wants New York to captivate the world, I hope that happens for you, buddy. But intuition.
Agreed.
We are going to see more done for the players. Hear me out. More done for the players with Washington than any other team has ever done.
I think they'll be relevant, but I don't think they're going to be a powerhouse. They're still a couple years away. I
predict within 3 years they'll be in the Super Bowl.
3 years. I said that previously when they changed the name.
Ted,
they got
new ownership.
This is for Ted. I just did. I did a warm up there.
Yeah, you did. You served it up.
Boom.
Yes, they're going to be on the come up. Yes, they have great new ownership. Yes, as we started to see, the fans have started to flood back in. 2 to 3 years in the Super Bowl, I don't know. We got to check this year's draft, and you can see, because think of it this way: everyone who's covering football operations is going to be out of there after today's game. I mean, and that's everyone. Their existing president. The cat people, and unfortunately, potentially Eric Bieniemy, and Riverboat Ron. So I'm going to lean towards you, Mike, but I've got to hedge on the Super Bowl in 2 to 3 years. We gotta play wait and see.
Now I have one more thing for Tony, and then
Didn't
and it's
I tell
quick.
you
Do you remember?
I told you.
Do you
I told you
no,
that.
no. This is. I'm just backing up something I said earlier.
Mhm.
Okay. At the beginning of the year, repeatedly, I said I thought there would be a repeat of Chiefs and Philly. Is there any hope in hell? This is a room question of that happening. Go. And
Nope.
why?
Yes, there is still hope in hell.
Nah.
Philly's not eliminated yet. So yes.
I think
Baltimore is-
one of those two teams will make it to the Super Bowl, but not both against each other.
everything runs through Baltimore, so
True.
no way. If
You
you
know
look
what?
at Mahomes does great with the AFC Championship in his home, at his home field. We're asking him to do this with no receivers, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, and
Traveling
yeah, and on the road.
on the road.
Y'all killing me. with
And no
Taylor
We have a
Tyreek Hill.
soundbite. We have a soundbite there, brother. We have a soundbite. Soon to be on TikTok. We're gonna get 600 views on that for
We
sure.
Can I make one comment?
Swift.
You can make two.
No, just one, because I don't want to turn it back to either Tim or Rich to make their comments.
Yes.
These two work together. Y'all
The
know
Cleveland
that,
Browns. You guys were mentioning the Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson and everything. And remember like maybe 4 years ago, it was, I know in my fantasy, I had Patrick Mahomes. One year I had Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. And I was kind of flip-flopping them starting because they were,
Both
two
elite.
unbelievable quarterbacks.
Yes.
So you have Deshaun Watson, who pushes his way out of the Texans for whatever the reason was. It's been thoroughly documented, all the buffoonery that was done there with him and the team. You get to the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if we ever expect him to play, next season or not. But that's not even the point of the statement I was going to make. A lot has been said over the years about Jimmy and Dee Haslam, the owners of the Cleveland Browns, with the guaranteed contract, with probably pissing off the other owners with guaranteeing all of that money and everything else like that. The one thing that I will say is honorable mention to them, because Flacco, who has an incentive-based contract, the further he pushes them, it's $75,000 more per game. Flacco is sitting out today's game, and the Browns have made an honorable gesture and have granted him the $75,000 because they've asked him to sit out. So
who we got here?
I don't know.
So who we got here, Ted?
We gotta get her up. We
Oh.
gotta get her up. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
We gotta get her up.
She is in the house.
Send her an invite.
Danique, how you doing?
Yes.
Hey, the one last thing I'm gonna say is
No,
the
you had
reason
one
we're
before.
seeing the resurgence in the Browns. You guys you got to think about it. Why are we're seeing the resurgence in the Browns? There's one gentleman on the Browns front office team. His name is Paul DePodesta.
Okay, go ahead.
Paul DePodesta is a former MLB executive. He's one of the people behind Moneyball. I'll leave it there. That's your fun fact.
Browns resurgent. I think Tony said it before. Veterans. Their veterans are on that team.
The veterans on the team.
Veterans, yeah, that could make a difference. And plus, the front office person that you said, Ted, that could be the mix there for the Cleveland.
Well, the vets, you get them. You buy low. You buy these guys low.
Yeah.
You follow this Moneyball type scenario, and there you go.
Yeah.
I turn
What's
this
going
over
on, guys?
to Rich or Tim. I'm not sure what's going on with Mike.
What is it?
I saw his hand go up and then it just went black.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently I'm the one that's
Go ahead,
distracted. Alrighty, let me.
Mike was he cutting grass?
I don't know what he's doing. He's done that before. I'm gonna save him the headache. I'm gonna save him the headache. The Browns, like I said before, players think they're gonna be up there. As far as disappointments, I'm really gonna stick with a lot of franchises because a lot of players hurt. And that aspect when he was talking about just fantasy wise, I get that and I fully understand that. I can't use injuries against them. That's just the game. Franchises weren't doing what we thought they were going to do. And I'm sure that's why I emphasize Minnesota and New England so much. The Chiefs are going to be a disappointment to a lot of people, but we've seen this before. When the Lakers won the championship and then they dropped down the first 8 seed to ever win a championship.
And they're having problems right now. They want to get rid of their coach, and the coach is the one that got them there last year. No?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
The Eagles are not out. It's going to be a game deciding factor too. Yeah. It's going to look correct. So Washington.
I would have to say that the Eagles right now, they're just where they're sitting, and they could be the season they had, and they have a possibility of not even making it after today.
Because they're not start off like 6-0 or 4-0.
Yeah, they were just killing it. But it's just like Michael says about the Kansas City. I think that the biggest is just the Philadelphia Eagles. But tell you one thing, the Philly Eagles fans base, they're just like the freaking Jets and the Giants fans. Thick and thin, they're going to still stick with them.
Yep.
Michael's back.
I had someone come in the door and just brought a dog. Sorry about that. Now I have someone with a jackhammer above me.
Pause.
And the one person just said to me, "Listen, how do I get on Simply Tim TV?" And I said, "It's not easy. It's not easy." And he said, "Can I please be one of the people that does the challenge?" And I said, "If you stop hammering with your drill, I might have a chance."
Pause. I'm at your team, I'm gonna just let y'all know, okay? I told Mike 45 minutes ago. Keep playing. Go ahead, Mike.
No, good questions though, Tony. This is
very great
is good.
questions.
This is
the
last official.
Yeah. I get that Rich every week for the past 2 years. They wait till the end and they want to make it. So I'm going to have fun with this. Go ahead, Mike.
I'll say to Mike's previous question. Well, there's a lot of previous ones. The Washington question. So I think there's potential for them to do that. I was expecting them to do something, 3 or 4 years ago, once they rolled in half of Alabama's defense and then started bringing in offensive players as well. And the mindset that they would probably have as a team, and there was talk of it impacting them once Jonathan Allen and those other guys joined. But now I think the nuclear or the radioactive fallout is probably starting to clear up now, because it was radioactive around there for a while. And I think as that clears up and it's safe to breathe again in Washington, I think they have potential to do something once they get players together and get some solid footing. So I think they're headed in the right direction.
I liked your answer. Very nice.
So,
Tony, do you want to wrap this up? Are we going to finish this?
You got 12 minutes. Do this playoff picture.
No, I had 5 minutes, 45 minutes ago. That's what you said.
Oh.
Final words, Mike.
Russian flush. Can we
just
do gratitude?
New York Jets just scored a field goal, 3-0 up there in Foxborough against the Patriots. It's snowing up there. They got the snow going still.
Hey, Rich, and the Jets officially put Zach Wilson on the IR. That's
Oh,
it.
did they? Oh,
He's
wow.
officially
Okay.
on the IR.
Wow.
So it's
Wow.
over.
Yeah.
It's
And
over.
they've already scored.
Yep. They
What
could have
did I
got a
miss?
touchdown, but
What did I miss? I'm sorry. What
uh,
did I miss?
Jets are up by three by field goal. 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Okay, because I got
Do you
Atlanta.
think following the Jets when they're not in the playoffs anymore might be a form of a mental illness?
You got to have faith in the Jets. That's
You
part of
got
being
to
a
have
leader.
faith, the faith, the faith.
Talking bad about the Jets to get you removed. Now, how about that shit?
That's funny.
They follow the team even when they're losing. I'm not going to do that. I got Carolina and Tampa, and I also got 8 down here, so I don't have those games. I'm actually trying to keep my eyes on that. So, he's hurt. That looks like Baker Mayfield. Yep, he's limping off the field.
Oh no!
I thought about changing the pick to.
Well, he was bruised up before that, with his rib.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So
Yeah,
are the Dolphins going to do anything, guys, in the room?
No.
Buffalo's going to take this game.
I could see the Bills scorching them today.
Do you want to make a change there
No, the
on
game
your
stops.
pick, Mike?
No, I'm going to stay with my pick.
Oh, you picked Buffalo. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Brian's the only one that picked, and Ted, you picked Buffalo too, I believe.
Mhm.
Right? Yep.
Yeah, I have the same New York, problem. Yeah, mental illness, as I said earlier. It's a different New York. Tim, will the Dolphins do anything
Today or just in general going forward?
I don't mean within this lifetime. I mean in the next few weeks. Thank you.
The Dolphins will. They won't go to the Super Bowl. I'll say that. A lot can happen between now and then, but I don't think they'll make it to the Super Bowl.
So,
watching
do you
that Sunday
think
say the
Flacco?
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody in the room think that the Browns have a chance with Flacco?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yes. Yeah.
I do. I think they do.
And you have that. You have that right now, Mike. So you have that save. I have a chance with Flacco right now. They look like they are feeling good. They look like they're comfortable. I said 2 years ago when Tampa Bay went to the Super Bowl, the Titans will look comfortable. The Browns may really have what they need as a missing link to get their rest. All jokes aside, they really do. They got something here, and this is a great attention grabber. It's going to be good for the league. God knows it's excellent for the fan base. If this
So
works
how we did. You know how we did the worst disappointment.
yes.
What was the most pleasant surprise this year for everybody? Most pleasant surprise in the NFL.
Texas fans with C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell, and Nico Collins are doing.
Yep.
Most pleasant for the whole season because everything's been so sporadic. Nothing has the whole season going on with the Texans. Nothing.
I think the individual we just talked about, for me, it'd be Joe Flacco. That's a story right there.
Yeah, but it's a very short story. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's a very short game. Because, mind you, Jake Browning did the same thing with the Bengals. Is it going to last? You see what I'm saying? Right now, Flacco's looking good at the end of the season. That's a good question. I don't know.
Ted, is it for you, the Swifties, bumping up the viewage for the NFL and us now having a whole new spectrum of females who don't know what they're watching, now watching the NFL and helping the advertisers?
Well, it's a merger that the NFL has been dying for. They're literally dying. I mean, we're the age of Major League Baseball, NFL. We're getting older, So this number right here makes it a great thing.
Good point.
I think without a doubt, not so bold prediction. Swifty is going to host the next Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Without
like
a
that.
doubt. Not so bold.
Yes. And
No,
how
I think
long will it be, Tim, before they're married, do you think?
They won't get married. He's material for the next album.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
I'm joking.
Please, all Swifties, do not
I
kill
don't think
Tim.
they'll get married.
Do not surround his house, and do not threaten his life. Thank you.
What I said
No, but
earlier.
I don't think they'll get married. I think there's too much going on for both of them to make that type of commitment and really build an enduring relationship to get them through all the things you deal with as a celebrity. So I don't think they'll get married, and if they do, I don't believe it would last very long.
I got to go in the opposite direction. They get married. He retires immediately. They get married. He retires immediately because he's been a crash test dummy out there for how many seasons?
Yeah.
He wants to be an actor, though.
He does want to be an actor. You're so right.
You got the belt. I want to take back what I said earlier about one of the biggest surprises. I want to see the Detroit Lions making it. They've been consistent this season. They've had a
great answer.
That's a good one. That is a good one, Tony. That is a good one. Yeah.
You remember last year, Dan Campbell would go up post game, and the announcers and people on First Take would be ridiculing him and laughing at him and like, who is this guy? And he's like, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And each week they started building momentum towards the end of the season.
If they make it through the postseason to the Super Bowl, Ted, we're going to have to watch that.
Of course.
That team is low. I have to watch that.
Of course.
Fireman Rich is not said anything about this.
No, I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with it. I'm just not.
I need your opinion, especially with this New York thing. And if it can be a New York slanted, pleasant surprise, I'll be surprised.
The probably the best thing I would say to me, Joe Flacco. It's just interesting that how, and you brought up the quarterback situation and stuff. So, the top notch quarterbacks are getting millions of dollars, and the ones that are getting it done. I don't know. Maybe the Dallas Cowboys resurgence. Okay, for the Cowboy. I'm not a particular Cowboy fan. They're in it, and they're not crashing and burning like they have in years past.
That's true. Right.
So if they have a legitimate shot at it as far as being, quote, America's team, as they're known as. But there's
put the quotes up.
What's that?
I say you put the quotes.
Yeah. Well, they are. They've always been growing up, man. Even as a kid, they were known as America's team, and they have that brand. So I recognize that with the Dallas because they are a team that's have a lot of history and stuff like that. So, but the teams that are coming up, it's not. I think for me, the takeaway is just a love for the game. And we have so much to talk about. In years past, it's almost been an automatic. It's going to be these two teams, and it's still a mix. It's and just like what we're talking about the national championship. You look at the Final Four with those. It's such a good 4 teams. So maybe this process is coming out, and we have little bumps in the roads with the refs and all that stuff like that. But it just for me, I guess the positive thing is just a great season. A great season. What do we got, Tony?
Carolina just moved.
And for me,
right before the Tampa Bay tried to recover, then he got tackled in the end zone. I got to see that replay again. Y'all DJ Clark, Carolina.
For me, Dallas isn't a surprise to me because for the last several years they've been getting there. They've had, they've been winning 12, 13 games a year for the last several years.
True.
It's just not being able to get past that first round of the playoffs. And I agree that Detroit is the big surprise for me. And not that they made it to the playoffs, because you could win 9 games and make it to the playoffs in a lot of instances. But the record that they have on their way to the playoffs is what really was the big surprise for me in Detroit. It's the record that they have at this point.
Yes.
And the way they've done it.
Recovery success story for them. Gentlemen, we're wrapping this up.
I just have one statement. One statement.
No.
No, I have to answer the
No,
question.
no.
You don't even give me the opportunity to answer the
I
question.
have. You had an
Come
hour.
on,
It'll be
Tone.
quick. 30 seconds. I need
Till it's
30
not. It's
seconds.
been an hour. It's been an hour.
No. I mean for this question. 30 seconds. I promise. 30
Hey,
seconds.
Tone. Come on.
30 seconds. All right. Lamar Jackson. Greatest surprise this year, you didn't get injured, and Tua. Both didn't get injured this year. That's all I want to say. And us having this kind of quality and how it's been elevated by the people that are in the room, the new people, I am so feeling blessed to have this opportunity to be with you. Thank you.
Good, Michael. You're good.
I want to thank Tim, Simply Tim TV on Twitter. Y'all check him out on Saturdays. Tim, I do try to. I did swing through. I was at work. I caught you up there. Biggest to you and Donika are doing over there. Shout out. Maybe you can do one of these one day. We'll jump on your broadcast, keep it a little bit more orderly, try to carry it. Down there. Y'all know him. He is the one that got me started with all this craziness. Almost 2 years ago. Y'all don't even realize that. I met everybody. Most of these cats up here I met through him. Ted asked me to be one of his original co-hosts on LateNightParents.com. LateNightParents.com. Been running with these guys forever. And the only leeway I've given these tonight, because I've done this on their broadcast. Y'all ain't getting this shit. They give me all this leeway on their broadcast. Producer Jason's in the house. Rich, the peoples are popping up. Appreciate y'all sharing the channels.
Hey, Jace. How you doing? Good guy there.
Everybody, when you broadcast, let everybody know that you're a real person. You're not a troll, and you're not somebody over there being a stagger.
Jace producer, good guy there. Good guy.
I want to thank all y'all for coming through. Go watch the games because they're starting. These dudes in 5 minutes through the first game all daggone ready. Check your score. Check your numbers. Check league is still going. If your league is already over, our league champion Golf Hawk, 2-time win defending champion in my league. Appreciate him. Appreciate him coming through. Appreciate Helen coming through. Donika, thank you for coming through. Producer, thank you for coming through. Rick, appreciate you coming. Bathurst not only came through, he showed up. Big up to True Armor. Let's see who else we got here. Everybody. Smoke was in the house. No, he's going on. He might be on tonight. Y'all check out
Sunday Night Smoke.
Yeah, check him out on YouTube. He might be on tonight. We don't know what's going to happen. Parker Bledsoe with the question coming through. I appreciate him popping in here. That's the season. We've had new people coming in, checking us out. Question, picking our brains a little bit. I don't mind that one bit. Rehab was in the house. Who else we got in here? I'm going to go watch a game. I'm going to go get something to eat. I got some things I got.
Thank you for all the support on TikTok, everybody. We've been getting lots of support through the clips.
Producer
Thank you.
Yeah, Mike's having a ball with those clips. I noticed that too. That's fun. Y'all take care. Do something this afternoon and now check out Sunday Night Sport Podcast tonight. Show 37 if you will pop up. Next week is a 3-day weekend. We should be able to do something.
It is?
Is that one more day than 2? Thank you.
We're gonna see how it goes.
Wild card weekend.
Wild card weekend. There you
Best
go.
weekend. The best weekend.
Maybe we'll do something. I know I got a meeting tomorrow afternoon afterwards, so I won't be able to do nothing tomorrow. Maybe we'll do something Tuesday. We'll be around. Appreciate all you.
I'll say it to Rich after we shut down. I wanted to say something to Rich.
Good.
Rich, exclusive Peacock game playoff game next Saturday night.
Oh,
it's on Peacock only.
Which they know which teams are playing?
No, they're gonna announce it today, but it's exclusively through a streaming service.
Oh my God!
How you like that?
Your favorite?
You know where to hit me where I'm. I can't stand that. It continues.
Everybody take care of yourselves. See y'all soon. All right. Peace.